It is 2.5 beers. I'm Shaun. It's time. I'm Shaun.
I'm Talon.
And Justin.
Carl's here too.
Carl is here.
I always introduce her.
Beard's
so
growing
like,
in nicely.
I gotta not do it.
I know.
For whatever reason, I always introduce her.
Yeah, you always go. And
Because I'm
Carl's
not
here.
like, I feel like I'm not really supposed to be at every podcast.
You're in every podcast. Almost every podcast, I feel like.
I don't have a beard.
Yeah, because you
It's
keep
growing in
shaving
nicely.
it. You keep shaving it. I'm like, what are you... I don't know. It's crazy.
It's
There
alright.
will be times when we get everything set up that you won't be able to.
Yeah.
You'll be
You'll
us
be
three
banned.
and then maybe a guest like his dad or something. Because we will have 4 mics eventually. But that'll be the max of
You can be in
mics
the background if you want to yell.
for the mixer.
She could just twist his dick. That's a bad topic.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Twist his dick. What's going on, guys? It's October.
I know.
You got your pumpkin spice lattes.
Shit.
Everybody's got pumpkin spice lattes up in here. I'm
Vanilla.
drinking a Monster.
No, I actually got a Bose drink.
What is that?
I don't know. It says Bose.
Like you said, Bose.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
You're
Brown
like, my name's
sugar?
Bose.
It's a brown sugar oatmeal.
Oh, shaken espresso.
Oatmeal.
Yeah.
Those are fucking good.
It's not.
You have to mix it though.
It's
Yes,
not good.
yes.
First
you
sip I had was just pure oat milk, and that tastes like just bread.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Oat milk is such an interesting flavor in itself, though. I don't know. It's,
Have you ever had like the
like it?
milk alternatives?
Yes, but no.
Like, what's the best milk alternative? Like, if you could have
Best
had milk.
milk alternative.
Hold on.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. Yeah, honestly.
That's not
Oat
what
No,
milk-
so
oat milk's
you-
good though.
So, no, you do chocolate oat milk or chocolate soy
I don't
milk
think
or
I've
something
had
like that.
chocolate milk.
Because
chocolate soy milk is like
regular
yoo-hoo.
soy milk or oat milk is just not good. It's just not.
Have you ever had chocolate soy milk? It tastes like yoo-hoo.
Yes.
Hey, Yoo-Hoo's not bad.
Soy milk
Ew.
is probably my
I
bottom
used to
tier.
love those as a kid.
You ever had it out of a
It's
juice
It's
box?
chocolate
though?
water. Out of a
Yeah,
juice
I
box?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
I don't know
that
why I
was
liked
a
it so
different
much.
experience.
Yeah, the one out of the juice box is...
Yeah, so speaking of
Probably because
which,
my parents were poor.
as kids, we probably drank, all of us drank Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it.
No.
Oh, as a kid, yeah.
And
as a
then,
kid.
and
I
then
get
there was
chocolate
probably, for me, there was probably a
Privilege.
duration of 2 years that or probably longer, to be honest, that I didn't drink it at all. And then I was like, holy shit, Yoo-Hoo's back in the fucking store. So I grabbed one, and I'm like, this is awful. Why did I drink this?
Grown-up money, and we can have like
Real chocolate
real
milk.
chocolate milk, real good shit. What's Prairie Land Farms or some
Oh,
shit like
yeah,
that?
Prairie
That's
Farms.
Have you ever had the Jersey
That's the
cow
shit.
one?
Well, you go over to Polly's,
Is it the
and you
glass?
grab the glass bottle of
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
chocolate. That is the shit. It's the best chocolate
I
milk
like
on the
Nesquik,
planet,
I
dude.
think.
You like Nesquik?
Not Nesquik. What is that?
Like
brand?
the-
Nesquik powdered chocolate milk's
Not the
pretty
powder.
fucking good.
Yeah.
I like.
What is it? What's the brand?
Nesquik. Oh, Nestle?
There's where I'm
I
weird.
think it's just owned by Nestle.
I like
What's the
powder
yellow
over the
bottle?
syrup.
Nestle. Nesquik.
I don't blame you.
I don't know why. It's the
Okay.
chocolate powder is better than the syrup. Syrup's
Dude,
just like
syrup's
too.
disgusting.
I agree.
Too much.
I think the powder is better than the syrup.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I don't know. How many scoops, yo?
7.
Probably.
No.
I used
It's
to.
been a long time.
It's just
since
like
I've done
Kool-Aid and
powder,
sugar. Like, you just... You know, you
Everybody's
read
got
the
their own
recommended
ratio.
amount. You read the recommended amount, and then you just double it with the sugar to make it taste
Did
extra
you do
delicious.
that?
though.
I didn't
Give
get
it to the
Kool-Aid a
next
lot.
person.
You know my dad.
Yeah.
He put a ton of sugar.
Her dad puts like a half a pound of sugar in his drink.
Jesus fuck. Yeah, like Bert.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer. Drinking what is it?
Kool-Aid.
48 ounces of.
64 ounces.
64
of
ounces of
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
That guy's so
Like
healthy.
it's water. You go, it's Kool-Aid. Oh, shit.
You guys watch that Duke game at all last night?
No.
Mm-mm.
It was a great game.
I saw that, was his name, Audric Estime, got that 30-yard touchdown run.
Oh yeah.
I saw that play. That was it, though.
I literally watched like the last 3 minutes because I had a bet on that game. I just covered the spread. So Notre Dame had to win 5.5 points over Duke, and I was like, I'm not gonna win that bet. And then last fucking second they get a touchdown. I was losing my shit. And then all of a sudden,
You said, bet.
yeah, yeah, and I won $5.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to really watch a lot of football yesterday. I watched a little over 3/4 of the Michigan game.
Which
Then I
was
had-
kind of a boring ass game anyway.
Well, I went into it thinking like, oh, this could be a tight game. You know, it's
Mhm.
at Nebraska. They got a decent run defense.
Hmm.
It did not work out that way.
No.
Michigan looked very dominant yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They looked good.
Has there been any teams that have surprised you thus far?
Texas.
It's been 5 games, right? 5 games so far?
Texas.
I want to see if they surprised me.
No, well, are we just saying in general or from this
Like,
week?
so, well, I feel like...
Because overall, Texas has been impressing.
I feel like this
year.
season there's been a lot of program changes for a lot of different teams,
Mhm.
and there's teams that are doing better, like Buffalo against whatever the fuck that team was.
USC, that was a surprise.
Buffalo against USC, and then USC or Buffalo went to go play Oregon and then got spanked. I don't know.
Buffalo.
No, that was
It's Colorado.
And the whole, is it Colorado?
You got to be more specific because
Well, it's the Buffalo.
the
The
University
Buffs.
of Buffalo is not
Oh,
kicking
okay.
USC's ass,
All right, my
and they
bad.
didn't kick their ass this year.
Well, I don't watch a ton of football. I don't have any of the channels, so
What's his name?
Michigan came to Peacock once, and then
Mhm.
I haven't been able to watch a single
Khalil Mack.
Michigan game since. So
Well, that one website it shows all those college games.
Alright, but,
So-
you gotta enter your credit card information and get.
No, just your social security.
Oh, okay. Phenomenal.
that.
Exactly.
It's free.
Just 9 simple numbers.
Sir, your credit card's maxed out right now.
Interesting.
What?
Worth it.
Like, we have 4 credit cards that have been taken out in your name since Tuesday. What are you doing?
Tuesday.
But I'm just curious.
Yeah, I wrote this down. We were gonna mention it last podcast, but I feel like it would be better for you to say what your special news is.
Oh, my special news?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have a baby.
You're gonna have a baby?
He gonna be a dad.
He gonna be a.
When are you leaving to get milk?
The day that motherfucker arrives. I'll be in the operating
I would do it
room.
like a month before.
They'll come out, bring the baby
I
to Alexis, and be like, oh yeah, and I'll be, oh wow,
Yeah,
he
get some
looks
milk
like
and
me.
cigarettes.
Alright, I'm gonna go get some milk real quick, and then just
I literally wrote down like
Keep going.
several
move to
topics
Turkey
to
or
talk
some
about,
shit.
and I wrote Shaun's pregnant. I was like,
Shaun's
Shaun's pregnant. I was like, oh yeah, forgot.
Yeah.
So when are you due?
You specifically.
We haven't gotten like a specific date, but when she went to go make sure that she was pregnant and do her tests, they figured that our due date was 4/20. So
How
it's
ironic.
kind of funny.
You guys definitely planned that out.
Kind of
Yeah.
funny.
You guys
Definitely.
did that on purpose. I see what you did.
Dude, it was the cosmic force, alright? I didn't have anything to
So,
do with it. It's
like-
been 4 years busting nuts on this bitch. She picked that.
You'd be like,
And his bitch.
what's the best day to have a baby on? Hitler's birthday. That's perfect. Let's go with
yeah,
that.
that's the only reason.
Yeah.
No other reason at all.
No,
just
not
that
at all.
reason.
Just Hitler's birthday.
Yep.
So
Wanted to spite
Also,
him.
Carly's grandma's birthday.
Happy birthday, Hitler Grandma.
Hitler grandma.
she does have a German vibe to her.
Slight Aryan.
What are you talking about?
So are you guys gonna like do a gender reveal, or are you just gonna keep a secret, or are you gonna just know when they tell you?
We'll probably do a gender reveal, but
Can I recommend a way of doing it?
I mean, you can.
Blow up
probably
a
won't
hospital.
do it.
Tannerite. I was going to say Tannerite.
Tannerite.
A little
That'd be
bit.
Put the
cool.
powder in the
Less
Tannerite.
extreme.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for an idea like that.
Don't do the
being
balloon thing.
Well, being a car guy, I've always had the dream of doing,
Burnout
the
with
tires
the- yeah,
and
that'd be
shit
cool.
like that.
Oh,
but
okay.
Don't be
I don't have
basic and
anything
have it
that
just
I
come out the
fucking-
exhaust or anything.
No, I wasn't gonna do that. I was gonna spend the $1,000 to get 2 rear tires just to blow them off. Yeah,
See if your uncle will let you use the
he
RX-7.
won't. So
Even if you buy the tires to just do a
He-
quick little burnout.
I don't think so.
What a prick. I
I
mean,
don't think so.
no offense, he is a little cheap. So
It's one of the listen.
from
man,
what I can tell.
you can't just get shit for that car anymore. So if I go to do a burnout and snap an axle or blow it
This is
up,
true.
he's gonna be really bummed. That's the only reason I haven't fucking driven it in 2 years.
Is there anything going on with the R35?
I don't know. So he had. I guess since we're on the podcast, I might as well do some splaining. So he's got 2009 first generation GTR. That came out with that R35 motor, the RB38 or whatever. Got some work done down in Livonia.
The day of your wedding.
The day of my wedding, yeah. Well, I think that was
When he
while
got
it was
the news.
blown up.
Oh, I
Yes.
remember that.
So he
Your
got
uncle was
that, got
pissed.
some work done. It's supposed to be making 800 some horsepower, and he was gonna end up getting it built to handle like 1,000, whatever. Ended up having a boost surge and bent a rod and fucked the engine all up because the company, the hypothesis is that they didn't fit a vacuum line properly, so it ended up overboosting, breaking the engine, and since it's been getting our some TLC down in Virginia, Maryland, not Virginia.
Up in Maryland.
Yeah. Up in Maryland. Maryland's above us?
I think so. I'm
No,
telling you, we're southern Michigan.
Maryland is above Virginia. I was pretty sure.
Pull it up.
Where's the geography here?
Maryland's lower than us.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
But it's right there by Virginia.
Okay.
Nice. Didn't even type anything. It's not working. Anyway,
Mother trucker, dude.
it's been down there.
Maybe the battery died.
So this shop was gonna give them a warranty for the work that they were doing on it.
Justin will be back.
Okay.
Keep talking.
But the shop was going to give him a warranty for what they were doing. But they wanted to give him the car in, like, September. So, for...
Hold on, Justin. I want to verify something.
Yeah. Right there. That's
So that's the state of Maryland right here?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just north of Virginia, sir.
They're all the same.
Yep. They're all blue. Anyway. But they wanted to give him the car in August, September time. And they're like, what the fuck, dude? For 6 months, it's going to be put up, you know? Because he drives it he did drive it while it was, like, sleeting and slushing. But for the most part, he's not driving that every day in the winter. So, you know, it's one of those things where, hey, we're going to offer you a year warranty for it. But for 6 months, you're not going to be driving that car. So I don't know exactly what's happening. I haven't talked to him about it in a little while. So it'll appear when it appears, Justin.
It ain't what it is.
Idiot would it. I guess that's what you get for buying a $60,000 GTR. You know,
How much?
it's not
How many
even.
miles did it have on it?
I believe it had less than. I think it had 63,000. No, sorry, it didn't have the same mileage as it cost. I think it was like 80,000 miles maybe. One owner car, and he bought it for mid-60s.
It's not bad.
It's not, no, and you can get those cars for a decent amount. What has happened?
What the hell?
GGGG. That's me after every Rocket League game.
True.
GGGG. But yeah.
Sorry, we're having slight technical difficulties.
Do we have another coaster? I feel left out.
Not that I see.
No.
Alright,
Well, I guess I'm just using the napkins.
thanks, bud.
There you
Seats in
go.
your-
Feel better?
Well,
that
nobody was
keyboard is
freaking out about my
not
cam.
working for some reason.
Interesting.
Alright. Fantastic.
Like, did you notice like it started press? It like entered those buttons.
Yeah, because I was able to type in that website.
Okay, there we go. And then it stopped working.
Maybe you just gotta hold it and type. What the hell? What's that?
Maybe my USB is fucked.
Are the locks on at all? Like any of the? I don't think there's one that keeps you from typing.
I can't unplug this.
What's that?
Portable SSD. I
Oh.
was running out of space.
That's a tiny little SSD.
Yeah, it's 2 terabytes.
That's incredible. Usually a
Gotta
2
have
terabyte hard drive for like the Xbox is at least like a decent
I don't know.
3x4 inch fucking brick.
I guess we're gonna use the fancy loud keyboard in this episode.
Yeah, that textile
Yeah.
feel that Justin
Clickety
needs.
clack.
I got another USB.
No wait.
Yeah, because that USB is gonna work with that keyboard.
I guess we'll find out. Let me know when it is plugged in.
Plugged in.
Yep, we're in business.
All right,
not a
USB
great sign
slots
for that one.
down.
All right, we're back.
I guess I gotta get a new computer case. Not like I haven't been wanting one.
But yeah, absolutely.
Danielle is home.
We have visitors.
are live.
Hi, Danielle.
Sunny South Carolina. This
South
is
Carolina.
2.5 balls.
That's wait. Who has the half ball?
Not
I have
me.
both my nuts.
I have both mine.
Justin.
Shit. I didn't want you guys to know.
Well, I did it, but I guess I have to have only have now.
I didn't know we were
Well,
gonna do that.
Hey,
What's going on?
nothing. I was hoping for an honorable mention in this podcast for my hard work.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
we talked about it last episode.
We'll definitely talk about it again. Danielle has been
She picked up my job.
pretty much doing everything
Like
on a
she's-
computer.
Oh
So
yeah,
like,
let's check out the.
oh, I was able to gain 2 subscribers.
On YouTube?
Would you want to do it from yours, Justin?
Oh shit.
Quite literally
Half
the
beard?
second thing
That's
on
not
your
half beard.
subscriptions list.
Oh yeah.
It
Well,
was-
it's probably gonna show other.
It's
fucking-
literally down there.
It's right there.
Down.
Porn.
See, well you didn't.
Oh, shit. We
6
got 5
subscribers.
views, 2 views, 3 views, 9 views, 6 views. Those are all of us, I guess.
Yeah, those are all our
Yeah, but
episodes.
there's one
All
with
Taylor.
15.
All tailing.
This one?
Mhm.
Oh, this was the
15
last one.
views? Hey, look at that.
You're welcome.
Why did you
Yeah,
leave
so
out
Danielle's
episode
been doing
54?
this, and I appreciate it. I think we all appreciate it.
She's been uploading them to YouTube.
Yeah, like I kept checking their YouTube, and like every 30 minutes, like a new episode would be loaded. I'm like, sweet, like we're actually getting somewhere.
I've been-
How long did that shit like? How long did it take
It
for
took
those to
far
upload?
too long.
Did
It
you
takes a
upload them
while
all at
to-
the same time?
encode them. And
So
stuff.
I got like all but 2 uploaded, and then I reached the max for the daily uploads,
Okay.
and then I waited a couple of days, and then I did the other 2.
Okay.
Yeah, she was an OG.
Well,
on
because
that.
I'm seeing like 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 5 days ago,
Yes.
5 days ago, 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 6,
So
or 1
it
month ago.
uploads, and
Yeah.
then you have to.
Yeah, that was me.
It
upload
processes
to
because
YouTube.
it won't actually play until like it processes it up to 4K apparently, which is stupid. Like who's gonna watch it in 4K?
It's literally
Well,
just
when
the
we
It's
get
a
camera
picture?
work going.
Yeah, when the camera works fine, but yeah, our logo is
I don't
very
know if we
beautiful.
need to be streaming in 4K. I don't want everybody to see my pores.
That's bad.
You're
Just
mistaking 4K with 12K.
yeah, oh my bad.
24K.
So yeah,
24 karat
it's my
magic.
honorable mention of the day.
Yeah, so thank you, Danielle. For
Thank you,
putting in the
Danielle.
work.
Putting in that
Hopefully we-
technical genius.
And hopefully we can get more episodes to the time where we actually
Or
record them
uploading
instead of a
them on
month
time.
later.
Yeah.
That is my
Honestly.
plan. I will do it later today if he lets me get on his computer.
Sweet.
Yep, I will let you. Taylor asked if we wanted to go shooting around 5, 6 o'clock.
Okay,
Is that
Let's
okay?
use that shotgun.
that's fine. I'm gonna be going to tour my venue again with my decorator and caterer.
Oh,
At
fancy.
4:30. So,
Fancy.
Oh shit. Moving up.
Shaun announced his news to the podcast too.
Oh, yeah?
You know, I announced it. I am pregnant. Men can have babies.
You know it's like
That just got us an extra 100,000 views.
you know what's actually
Man
funny.
is pregnant.
Huh?
Man is pregnant.
Man
Yes.
is pregnant.
Born
that's
man.
gonna be the title.
Identified as man.
Amanda's
Man,
She's
did I
pregnant.
put with
Shaun's
beer?
pregnant for the episode title.
I always think
A
that's
beard
kinda
is
funny.
expecting.
Beard.
Ooh, I
Oh,
like
the
that.
half beard, remember?
Oh,
half
half
beard
beard's
is-
expecting.
There you
Half
go.
But if you say a
expecting,
beard,
that's
then
good.
it won't know, and then they'll have to listen.
A future half beard
A future half beard.
or something along the lines of
Future
that.
quarter beard.
Quarter
We'll
beard.
fucking see. We're not
We'll-
sure.
we'll
the
think
of a
gender
title.
yet. We haven't gotten an
You can always
ultrasound
just
yet.
take a guess.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
We're
50-50.
going Friday.
It's 50-50.
We're
I'm gonna go with
expecting like 11 weeks.
My money's
at this
on
point.
boy.
boy.
First
Okay,
appointment.
And she
yeah.
doesn't.
Well, we're going through Sparrow, and she was supposed to go get her first ultrasound like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. But they literally had this like pull-up drive-through clinic that they didn't do shit
A
for her,
pull-up
and she's-
That's
ultrasound?
sketchy.
No, it wasn't an ultrasound.
Pull
she
up.
didn't get an ultrasound, and that was so. She's not entirely sure she likes the hospital that we've chosen because of that experience alone. So we'll figure out how this next experience goes, and if it doesn't go well, we'll be switching.
Side note, I don't like that monster.
Okay, I
too
think
dry.
it's the
So
best
random.
monster.
Huh?
Yeah,
We've,
I
we've
think it's
had
the
these
best
conversations
monster,
about
to
the
be honest.
monsters in movies. Let's try and not do those.
Just
today.
saying he has.
I feel like, I feel like we talked about monsters like 5 times.
You
Talk
don't
about
like this
movies
at all?
almost every
single-
episode.
It's
And
officially
football.
spooky
Football's
season.
already. We already hit that.
It is officially spooky
We
season.
do like to talk about sports though, so I mean,
Yeah.
That's okay.
the thing with
to a haunted
football,
house
it
yesterday.
changes all the time.
What's that?
So.
They're
Went to a
open
haunted house
already?
yesterday.
Did you?
Did you?
I did. Dark Side Acres.
Was it scary?
It was great.
Did you go?
Yes.
Okay. How many times? Four and
Handful.
a 4.5.
They are
Oh, yeah,
under
half
new
scare.
ownership, so they had more people there, like actors.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very well worth the money. $22. Best experience ever.
Has
Really?
anybody been to the one that's
I don't
on
wanna
their
go.
way out to Mason?
The one that.
So it's I think
Awakening?
it's in
Yeah.
about a Leslie
Oh,
area.
sucks.
Does it? Okay.
It's not good. Go to Dark Side. It's
It
well
looks
worth
like
it.
it looks good from the highway. I'm like, damn.
It's
that
really
looks like
short.
it'd be cool.
Like,
it's
It like you wait in line longer
Oh,
than
yeah,
I
we
think
went
you
a
go
couple
to
years
it.
ago, didn't we?
Yeah, it's really bad. He can vouch for it.
I would say it was really bad.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been to a haunted house that I've not been disappointed.
What's
at.
like, okay, have you been to Erebus?
No.
Waste of money.
Waste of money.
It's like people are like, oh my god, it's so good, and it's so bad.
It's so good. It's so bad.
I'm like, I don't
Problem
think so.
is like so like with movies and shit. So I watch these VFX artists reacts and how filmmakers react to like films and stuff like that. So they break down how they film certain movies and the plots and how they want to how do you want to say it? Invoke fear in the audience and stuff like that with the different sounds and anticipation and all that shit.
They really do
So
the
I've
research.
I've watched that shit. So it's like, unfortunately, I've got an eye for like anticipating when something's gonna happen in a film now.
Oh, but yeah, scary movies though are like getting so predictable. It's like kind of boring to watch.
Yeah.
It's just a
What's
rinse
the
and
last
repeat.
scariest movie that you
like a
watched?
genuine scariest
Yes,
movie.
like a movie that actually you might have jumped a few times.
Like actually
and-
gives you the
Yeah,
creeps
yes,
a little bit.
yes.
Smile.
It
Smile.
too, for me.
It too. That
Yeah, I
was,
like both the It movies. They're fucking. They got some.
I haven't
creepy
even
vibes
watched
to 'em.
those, to be
Really?
honest. I haven't watched the
You
new
definitely
ones. You're
should.
talking about the new
Yeah,
ones,
you
right?
definitely should. They do a great job on that.
The last
It-
scariest movie that fucked me up was Paranormal Activity. Like the first
yeah, I get
three.
those.
I can
The first
honestly
three
say I've never
were
seen
honestly kind of scary.
What's the joke version of those?
Haunted House?
Activity or
Haunted
something?
House.
Oh, the haunted house with the Marlon brother.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
I like how he just
And then-
like,
and then he's-
Stop it, Ray Ray. You're gonna make him mad.
They're sleeping in bed. They're sleeping in bed, and the dude's ass starts getting picked up. And then he just,
They did the same scene in one of the what was it, Scary Movie 2? When that girl was getting like
yeah, she's
fucked by
getting
the
fucked
ghost.
by the ghost. Yeah.
And the whole like wall spinning and shit.
didn't we just say we weren't gonna talk about movies?
Yeah.
I was trying
It
to
is
talk
what
about
it is.
Haunted
Well,
House.
But I mean, it was alright.
We're talking about spooky
We're
stuff.
not. We're not going in and rating movies. So.
We could. Anyway,
Nope.
top
Nope.
10 spooky
Nope.
movies.
No.
That's all you
No.
think about is top 10.
Hell yeah, that's
Top
how
10.
my life
That's
works.
that's how we break it down.
Oh,
It's
time.
just
Wait, but
top
you don't
10.
like haunted houses. You and Carly don't like
No,
haunted houses.
I'm always
right?
in fight
We'll
mode.
just take it.
He doesn't like to get spooked.
You're just
so.
gonna have to go.
I'm
to Jackson
fist
Underworld.
clenched.
Just.
Fist clenched
So it sounds
every
like
time.
if
Put
we're
you in
okay,
handcuffs
you know
and
what's
walk you
stupid?
That's
through it.
exactly what I was gonna say. Yep, Taylor needs to be in handcuffs.
I got a
Just put
story
boxing
about
gloves on.
yesterday.
Yeah,
of
there
haunted
you go.
house.
We got a story.
So-
Socket boppers.
So we're there, right? And we walk into like, cause you get like a line that you go in, and like there's people that scare you there. I
Mhm.
guess there's a couple stories. First, there's a guy when we're walking in, and he says he's one of the haunt people, and he's like, "Do you like ravioli?" And we're like, "Yeah, ravioli's pretty
Then he
good."
goes ravioli.
So you know, some time passes. We're in the line. We're in the line for like an hour and a half, no joke, to get in.
Gross.
So we're there, and we've made the rounds a little bit. We've probably been there for about an hour. And there's a guy on the other side, and the guy must have asked him, did he like ravioli?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Man pulls out ravioli from his pocket
Pocket
and
ravioli.
gives it to him. And then there's another guy that says, do you want a hot dog? He's got hot dogs in a like plastic
He
bag.
pulled that out of the front of his pants. and
Pulled
was
his
like,
pants
So he's
down.
walking around with like a hot dog in his hand, and he's like, anybody want a hot dog?
He
He shoulda
pulls
just
out a
threw it.
Mason jar of hot dog water.
So it was like really weird. Like
Are you
then
thirsty?
Bree and I had an
It is
experience like 2
orphan
years ago
penises. And you're like,
where they
what?
had the Nun, and it was when the Nun was popular.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we don't know what, like there was someone dressed up as the nun and had like a painting.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's kind of a creepy movie.
True. And they were like, we don't know who this is. They were like, I don't think they're supposed to be here. They're like, we didn't anticipate a nun to be there. And we were like, this is weird.
So if that's the case, if that was me and I see some fucking
Oh.
nun, I'm gonna be
Because
swinging.
That nun's getting knocked the fuck out.
I know.
But
And
then,
I'm like,
like-
hey, pause the haunted house. I got the bitch right here.
I just had a cool idea. So Batman Begins. Remember when Batman? No, not Batman. Scarecrow was having the hallucinations where Batman just has the black ooze coming out of his mouth.
That
and
shit,
stuff.
that-
Imagine they pulled that off in like a haunted mansion or something, or haunted house.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd
they
be
just
fucking
some guys got
cool.
black
So you
in his
walk
mouth.
you walk into a room, and then they just like fog machine the room, and then all of a sudden you got like
Try a
it's
chainsaw
like a
maze.
hallucination room where
Uh-huh.
everything's
With
like
pigs.
drippy and fucking
Gross. That'd be so
that'd be
cool.
kind
Yeah,
of cool.
that's
I could
There's
I
that's
could
there.
I could do that. That'd be cool.
I think
But
that'd be
the
really
group
scary
in front
to
of
do.
us, one of the girls had anxiety. why would you come if you're like stressed out about anxiety? So she's going
She's trying to get better.
Yeah, she's trying to get better.
She's like she's
Confront her
going through
fears.
the chainsaw maze, right? And one of
Yeah.
the actors is like right in front of her with like the chainsaw, and she's like, I just can't do this anymore. And Brie and I are trying to get through to like continue going through this fucking haunted house.
Move, bitch.
And one of the girls,
Knock away.
it's a group of 4 girls, and one of the girls is just standing in the middle of the way.
How old are they?
It really takes you
They
out
have
of
to
it.
be like in their 30s.
Oh, so they're like older women. Okay.
No joke.
I imagine it really
She's like,
takes...
I just can't stand this. I can't handle it. And then it's like they're waiting to go to like, because you get out of the maze and then you wait for like a little bit until you go to like the last little part. Because they do really good at spacing you out. And they were like, she was like, I just don't think I can do this anymore, because the guy was like, well, it'd be really good if like you go like 2 and 2. And she was like, well, you're going to have to go by yourself. But I guess the girl ended up going with them, but like we did not see them when we finished the haunted house, and they were literally
They got
right in front of
the
us.
fuck out of there.
So it was like they finished and they were
ran
gone.
to the cornfield.
It really takes you out of the experience if you got the Chainsaw Massacre
What?
guy going
You need
like,
a
hey
bigger
man,
hat.
hey,
Huh?
it's
You need a
okay.
bigger hat.
It's
I
just...
need a bigger hat.
Yeah.
Why?
Just make sure your head look so much larger.
I need to get my fucking hair cut.
He needs to
It's
wear
not the hair.
a Texas cowboy
so
hat,
bad.
man.
It's not the
All my
hat.
hair.
It's the hat. Just like the white just protrudes so far out. Makes your head look so
His
massive.
hair's coming out of the netting and
Here's the
whatnot.
thing,
What is he
Justin.
talking
My head is massive.
That's the point.
We know that.
That's my nickname at work. Big Ed.
Well, look at
Big
you.
Ed.
Big head.
Head.
Big head. Because I fucking... What was it? My boss was... we were working under the hood, and we had one of
Same
those
size
hood
head.
lights that stretch across
Didn't
the
you
hood.
measure it?
And I'm working in the back of the engine
Measure
bay, and
it.
I come up, and I hit my head on that, and he goes, "Did you hit your head on that?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Big head," and then walks away. I said, "What the fuck, man?" God damn it.
Shops.
I'm over there.
Fucking
I
shit.
can only
Trippy.
imagine that mechanic shops are way worse than.
It gets pretty gnarly.
I don't
get
know.
torn up there. That's alright. I try to do my own tearing.
Yeah, grease monkeys over machine operators. I would say the.
Depends on where you
Definitely.
work.
You know how I spent my Friday? We
I saw the wheelies.
yeah, yes. That for like 5 hours probably.
I wish I could do that.
Well, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Fortunately, we get a lot of work, and then there's days that we don't get a lot of work. It's Albion. Most of the people out there either show up or they don't have money for their stuff. So, some days we're just out there fucking around. Wade, you saw the Snapchat. That was Wade. There's a gentleman that I work with that's the same age as me. That's his older brother, and he runs the Battle Creek shop. And he just comes down to help every now and then. So he brought that 4-wheeler out. He brought another 4-wheeler out. Trying to fix the one. They're both little Chinese fucking, like, eBay, TikTok fucking 4-wheelers. They're janky as shit, but my God, are they fun. They're a good time. But, I don't know. That's part of it. We had a go-kart in 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get some fun
That'd be
stuff to
fun.
work on.
Need
Well,
those fast ones.
Yeah. Well,
It's
go,
pretty
60
fast.
miles.
Well, that one, let's just say that it passes cars on the roads out there. So 35 plus miles an hour.
I'll tell you a funny go-kart story. My grandpa bought one off of a guy one time, and the thing max, I think, went 45 miles an hour, which when you're 10 years old, you think you're going a million miles
Well, you're
an hour.
also
45 is still
on the
pretty good.
ground. It's a go-kart.
Yeah.
It's not, you're not in a car where, even in like low cars, you're up higher.
Mhm.
But in a go-kart, you're on the ground.
Yeah.
And that shit is like, man, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But you're going 25, you're like, goddamn.
See, my favorite thing to do, though, is you've both been to my grandparents. You know they have that big-ass pond out in the front.
Yeah.
So I would always like to do is just try to hug that corner right by
Try
the
to
edge of the
bank
water.
and then in.
Yeah, so I'd go and I never fell in, but we would take it to like tracks or like the roads and shit, so we'd have to change the tires. And one time I'm like, "Can I go ride the go-kart?" He goes, "Yeah, sure," but he didn't change the tires, so I had the slick rear tires
Oh,
on.
fuck.
So I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna do my favorite thing," and I'm hauling ass towards this the pond. But it was apparently it rained that night.
Yeah.
So as I was
Slick
driving
tires,
towards it,
wet
I
grass.
started like moving like this. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I hear my grandpa's like, that's got the slick tires on it. And I'm like, I don't know how to stop. So I just went right into the pond.
Oh my God. You just told us you never
Yeah,
you never put it in the pond.
Well, when I did that.
Oh, okay.
Did
I never put it in the
Hey,
pond.
Did they actually go all the way in the pond?
No, just the front end.
He was.
This is.
And he goes,
But I like when you're
So
10 or
your
11
dog
years old.
touched the water.
Probably like your mom when she fell
Fell
into a
in
lake.
the lake.
Yeah, Carly's mom one time called and said, "I'm in the lake. My car's in the lake." I don't know.
No, she just said her car's in the water.
Yeah, her car's in the water, and that's all she texts her brother. So
I imagine panic sets in immediately. You're like,
So yeah, we're all sitting there trying to figure out what the hell's
Josh
going
literally
on.
flies down the stairs. I'm like, what is going on?
So her brother drives out to where to where she is, and she's got like one tire in like
A
a
ditch.
drainage ditch.
A ditch.
It's like not even anywhere near water. So she was just like,
That was also
"I'm in the water."
I
that was
found a
my
puddle.
Car.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Yeah, and it was the car that she had.
Before your kid pops out,
Mm.
we gotta go go-kart.
Oh, absolutely.
A
do
decent
a lot
one,
of
not
shit.
the fucking not like the one we went to. Those like child-sized carts did like
The ones that we
15
couldn't
miles an
fit
hour
I
in.
max.
think we just
That was
need
a
to
nightmare.
find some go-karts. Or we can build some. Brent lives right
That's
there.
cost efficient.
We Brent lives right there, and I bet you can get the hookup on motors and shit.
I'm sure we could get a fucking 600cc.
Well, you ever watch? There's a YouTube channel that I watch
Flying.
that they that just a bunch of Canadians living out in the fucking woods,
I think I know what you're
and
talking about.
they build carts like Barbie Jeep carts.
Yep,
They'll
seen
take
that
like
one.
a Barbie Jeep and then build a chassis for it, put a fucking monster engine in it, and then just while they're half out of the fucking doing 40 miles an hour around corners and shit. It's
Have
like
you seen
insane.
the lawnmowers that they trick
The
out?
lawnmowers are pretty fucking cool too.
Yeah.
You seen those like TikToks or reels or whatever of like shopping carts or lawnmowers and stuff that are just like cambered the fuck
Oh,
out?
yeah.
No, those are so
There's
stupid.
there's a neon
Hey,
that
dude,
drives
dude,
around
that's
Jackson.
fucking cool.
That's
No,
got a
it's-
I
target.
wouldn't
car.
do it. It looks cool,
No, it doesn't.
but that's just from the my.
Have you seen the
photographer
neon
mind.
that's
That's
like lowered and drives around with a target card
It's
on
like
the
fucking
roof?
driving on a cord. No, that's not cool.
It's not cool. The
Coming from the
stupid
guy that
tire
had a
thing looks
GTI
dumb.
and then wrecked it in a month.
Hit
No,
it.
it was 6 months.
Oh, okay. Might
bet
as
you
well
like
have been a
venison.
month, goddammit.
Yeah, I do.
Venison's
Yeah.
great.
He tries making his own
Ugh.
with cars.
Brown venison. in the car.
Oh, true.
How you like that rubber venison?
Pretty good. Chewy.
A little
It's a little
gamey.
chewy. A little chewy. Yeah. No. Go-karts would be fun. Especially in the
This is
winter.
true.
But yeah, man.
We haven't talked to you about the plans for the podcast.
Really?
Area.
Yeah, I know. I get left out of a lot of shit.
You don't
Show
show up
up.
to the podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I'm
Well,
sorry.
You always
Well, that
got
was the
parties
last
and
episode that we
going
talked
on.
about it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, my family,
Your family
There's a lot
my
of
married
birthday
into
parties.
family
Parties.
is huge.
Large.
But here's the
yes.
thing: do you really need to go to the second cousin's birthday party, or the like a 2-year-old
Just-
that you only
Do
see
you bring
once a
gifts?
year?
For most of the time.
I'm sorry
What do you
to
mainly
hear
go for?
that. The
Food.
Exactly.
But most of the time, you know, Alexis is close with a lot of her family, so it is what it is. Like,
Right,
parties you
but-
go to.
There's too many
We
fucking
had a
parties.
birthday.
All right.
party.
And don't
Just
say
trust
your
me,
and don't say your family's
Right?
is big. I got way more fucking people to worry about, and I don't go to half of them.
Not my family. Not my family. My family's pretty
I got parents,
small,
step-parents,
close knit.
and
That's
her
it.
family. So
I'm just saying her family. So most of the parties that we go to are on her side.
Mhm.
It is what it is.
Okay, well, let's go back
Sue
to
me,
the
fucker.
topic.
No, I actually have a question.
birthday parties.
Yeah, about birthday parties. At what age do you cut off birthday parties? Like, what's the age that that stops?
And Alexis's family.
I think it depends if it's a
There's,
boy
there's
and
a lot
girl.
of young, a lot of
Because
fucking
my
young
uncle,
fuckers.
I shit you
All
not,
of her
had
siblings
birthday
are
parties
younger.
for my cousin, my first cousin, up until she was like 19.
Mhm. I think my
Birthday
last.
birthday parties.
8.
I think like
I
there's
think
like
16
get-togethers.
Like 16 kind of makes sense. 18 makes sense, but
21.
Really?
there's some that just don't make sense.
Well, but like those
Not,
are like
not a
thrown by
birthday
like your
party for
parents.
21. You
Well-
go out with your friends at 21.
Right. When I'm like, yeah, but
But like,
like
I didn't even have like an
I'm
18th
20s.
birthday party or
45.
anything.
I didn't
wanted
even
a
have a
birthday party.
16th.
Neither did I.
We didn't do shit.
I don't know.
And I felt like that was like a thing that I had to ask. Like, at what point is like the acceptable age
the
at
last
which you
birthday party.
cut that off?
So this
is
is how my thought
16
is. This is how
16
my
makes
thought is.
sense.
Is like once you break that 21st birthday. I mean, any birthday after that. I don't. For myself, whenever I want a birthday or my birthday's coming up, it's usually I would like a birthday party because I just want to hang out with friends. I don't expect
Well, it
gifts
doesn't have to be
or anything like that.
I think
just
we're
wanna
talking-
hang
I
out
wouldn't
and-
consider it a birthday.
We're talking
party.
about
that's
getting
all
a
I want.
cake, having
Singing
stuff to
happy
do there,
birthday.
singing
Singing.
happy birthday,
I don't do any of that
presents.
shit. I haven't done any of that shit for like
I was
5
done.
So
years.
when is
I
the
was
last
done with
year?
that after
That's
like
it?
12.
Yeah, I mean 20, 21, around there. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I definitely didn't have a birthday party for 21.
People
My
go,
parents
what do you
took
want for your
me out,
birthday, or what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Underwear, socks.
My parents took us out to
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas
that's-
Roadhouse, and then I
yeah.
had to work the next day. So I was,
Yeah, I haven't
Just
taken
gonna-
them. I haven't taken
Birthdays
my
as an
birthday
adult,
off.
it's not as fun.
Actually,
alright?
I
You gotta
like
make it more fun.
I-
Keep fun in your
I went
life.
to school on my birthday last year.
I don't do that.
That's why. That's
I
why
turned
we're
21
different.
in COVID.
Same.
Yeah, that's rough.
That was fun.
You're like, yeah, 21. Let's
I
go
did that.
out to the bar. And
Waited
then you
my
just
whole
walk out
life.
to your dorm room.
See, we're older. We didn't have to deal with
It
that.
is what it is.
Yeah, it was still
you were
boring
like
though,
at the
probably.
beginning of.
No, I'm like I said, I had to work the next day. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to my mom's. That's it. Took a tequila shot, went home.
My coworkers
Went to work
threw a
the next
party
day.
Took 7 tequila shots and then drove
basement.
home. He's
that
like,
day.
Just
why is
one.
the road wiggly? Fucking.
They didn't paint these lines very straight.
Yeah. Why is the road wiggly in real life? What the hell's going on?
Anyway, back to your
That's what
podcast
was-
room upgrades.
Not that it's legal, but that's what was nice
Mushrooms.
about driving that. Driving that Kia because that it had that lane keep assist on it, and it was really good, and it would go around corners for you and shit like that. So if you're driving home on the highway and you're a little bit more fucked up than you probably should be, just you go, man. That's it. Set
Personal
that
Uber.
cruise. Boom.
Does this shit work through a drive-through? Boop. Whoa!
Car just starts talking to the cashier.
Can I
Order
have
for you.
10 McNuggets and
It's
barbecue
Korean,
sauce?
so it needs to be Korean. Come on now. Oh, can I have?
No, just don't. Just don't.
I'm not. Sean
Don't even
can.
do it.
How would you order 10 nuggets in Korean, Sean?
Ah, ching chong ding dong.
I just go, oh.
Oh, and they go, oh, I got
identify
you, I
as
got you.
Korean.
Out of all of us, you look the most Korean. I think it's just the
You
color of
look
hair.
the gayest.
Don't be jealous.
It's accurate.
I'm very
They
happy.
hate us because they ain't us.
Shit. So podcast upgrades. What's up?
Oh yeah, we won't go too far into it because we did talk about it yesterday, and then we'll go down and so you visualize it better.
Talked about it yesterday.
Sorry, not
Last
yesterday.
week.
Last podcast.
Yeah, last
Alright.
podcast. But so we're gonna take over that back corner
Yeah.
where
Were
the
you painted? And all that
Yep.
shit?
Different corner.
Yeah, it's that corner.
no
front corner.
we did. We're
Oh,
moving into
oh.
this one.
Oh, so we painted that wall for nothing?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna end up painting the whole thing.
Oh,
So,
The
okay.
basement is being waterproofed.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
so
So
You're
where the
moving
workout
there.
shit was.
yes,
All right.
my gaming setup is gonna get moved down there, gaming office,
So is the
and then
safe.
so I'm gonna be putting up a wall just like straight from this wall right here. Okay, desk is gonna put there. I'm gonna put a workbench along the back wall,
Okay.
so I work on like guns and whatnot. Then my
Work on what?
Then that safe
Guns.
rifles and pistols and whatnot. And then
Guns.
I definitely did not need to go there. But then the safe right next to it, and then I'm gonna put like a love seat, and then we'll get like a little chair, and that'll be like the podcast area right in there. It'll be easier when we go down there, so you can kind of visualize it. But
Didn't you do an app where you could like set it up and kind of have it look like what you want it to?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you remembers the name of that app? Probably not.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh,
It's
lucky
that
for
fucking
him.
site.
it was like this. I didn't put the chair in.
So the right side is where those stairs are and shit. You come
No,
down.
right here is stairs.
Oh, okay, all right. Stairs.
On the desk, workbench, safe. Just a rough estimate on the size of a love seat.
Mhm.
And we'll put a chair right here. Put the
Oh,
camera
the
right
plant,
around
so
here.
Cute.
Has to be fake because he's gonna block out all the daylight.
Yes, that too. And then camera right here. Get like a video light and stuff. It'll look good.
And the best part of it is I get this room,
Yep, she gets this
and
right.
I'm gonna paint it a whole different color.
What color?
Pink.
It's over there, so there's a sage green, and then the lighter beige.
Question, because we're men. So I understand that this is the phase for women right now. It's the sage green phase. Am I wrong,
It's
Carly?
a good
Okay, I didn't
looking
know it was a
green,
phase.
yeah,
I
it is a
literally
phase.
started liking it, and then I heard
Everybody,
everyone else.
you
I
go
was
to-
like, where did this come from? Like, I started liking it first.
You go to TJ Maxx, you go to Target, you go to Meijer.
Everything's
All you
green.
see is sage green shit. And I'm like,
the fucking
Yeah, I'm
audio.
just like, everybody's obsessed with sage green, and like beforehand, it was like
It's a nice
that
color.
lightish purple color.
I was never
Lavender?
a fan.
I don't think that was a thing.
I don't think that was.
It was.
I
It was.
think
It
you're
was. I
imagining
saw a
that.
spoon. It was purple. But anyway, like
I just
every.
want it to be light and airy and kind of
Yeah.
earthy.
It's a good wall color.
Sure,
And
And
I
this
think it'd
this
be
wall's
funny.
gonna be the green, and then the rest are gonna be the
I think it'd be funny while
The
we're doing
beige.
podcasts
The
down
beige.
there.
accessible beige is the color name.
There's just progressively more fake plants that appear
I just
in
think
our
it'll look real
podcast. It's just-
Well, this is why I'm on my phone right now, because I'm going to show
Okay,
you, like,
fine.
the vibe
Mid.
I like.
I like the green though. That's a
I
good
like
color.
this kind of vibe. Like, dark,
That's cool
and then
shit.
the wood.
So we're gonna have to get a big ass TV to put into the wall so that it looks like a window.
That'd be kind of sick. If I had the money,
It would be.
really though, if I had the money, I would definitely get those, like, picture frame TVs.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Those are.
Don't worry,
crazy.
if I had the money, we'd have a nice one up. We do have a nice TV up here, but you know what I mean. And
A
then
nicer
another
one,
nice
and
one
then
down
a
there.
nice one down
Yeah.
there too.
Nah, I mean,
I'm not rich.
Nah.
Short
me.
story. Shorter.
Start a GoFundMe.
yeah.
Oh,
Help
yeah,
me get a
I want
fancy
that
TV.
vibe. She did not want
Sorry.
that vibe. I was like,
To make a long story longer.
trying,
That was so
kind of
funny.
thinking how we can make things work. I was like, fuck it, I'm going down there. You let me have my freedom,
Mhm.
and I let you have yours.
Mhm.
I just need the closet because it's where I put my clothes.
Fair enough. No, your clothes are going downstairs too.
I don't mind it down there. You know.
And then we find out 2 years later he's got a bed down there. And he's been
He's living
banished
down
to
there.
the living or banished to the.
He's
banished
not allowed
the
to come
basement.
upstairs unless it's absolutely necessary to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, this is closer.
He's
to
got
where
a
I-
bucket.
He's got a bucket.
There's a sink
Nice.
down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
True.
I like it. Like you said,
Pee in the
Fake
sink.
plants.
Poop outside.
Yeah, what?
there
Go
won't be
outside like a
plants
dog.
down there, but
Yeah.
fake ones because there's no like.
Well, you could always
Just
get
like it.
different lights and shit though too.
Get a
that
full size
are-
cactus.
That's
Just
true.
Poking up through the floor.
Mhm.
Because
There's
they get
one
tall as
thing.
shit.
There's one thing that I've always seen on TikTok that has always been a cool idea is those like clouds, and put the
They
lighting
look-
It's a
through
fire
the clouds
hazard.
and shit. It's a fire hazard.
Probably.
Actually,
It is.
I
Still
have
think
found
it
out
is.
that with the LEDs, LEDs don't catch
Yeah,
on
they
fire.
don't.
so.
They don't produce
Yeah,
all
but
that much
still.
heat.
They don't give off.
Also, imagine like the spiders.
I know. I was
The
thinking like, that would
spiders
just
is
get
the
gross.
issue I would see. But they do look cool. So
It'd
don't
catch
get me wrong.
dust, and then it would just look like a storm cloud because
You
it's all
can't
dusty.
clean it.
You could
Kind of
throw-
the
You
point
can put water through it.
was
kind
to
of
make
the
it look
point.
like storm clouds because it's the light is supposed to be like lightning.
It's like, how do you get it to look like that? Well, they were white.
Time passed.
That's over time.
Well, I mean,
Anyway.
we're not smokers, so it wouldn't go that fast. But
But our house gets so dusty, and it's so annoying.
well, dust settles.
I know it's still
Not
it's
up
The
dark.
there.
top of it's
Exactly.
gonna be all dark.
Then you can have
I want
you
my
can have like
fence
a
clean
light
so
strip
bad.
going around that makes like the lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
That's
$500
what I-
task.
Have a
Yeah.
s-
Like you have like a strip or two or three that come from
What
this
about
way,
strippers?
and then they're all timed or
Really?
sequenced.
Oh, I thought you really
And
said
then as it comes through, then it.
Stripper or one or two. Or
No, it does look cool.
Cinnamon diamond and fantasy.
Those are your favorite ones?
Yeah.
Those are your chosen ones.
Fantasy.
I mean, I imagine that's a stripper name.
Probably.
Definitely would be.
Yeah.
Seems like a Jackson type stripper name.
Just reminds me of the names I see
Gross.
at work.
Oh yeah, Carly, since she works at the
I
hospital,
can't even think of any.
she sees some names.
I can
I'm sure.
imagine.
She was
It's
saying that the
so
other day
funny.
there was somebody named Apple.
Apple.
Literally, a child.
Apple.
Wow.
There's someone named Margarita.
So
I don't
not-
remember.
what's
There was
Margarita
a
the
lot
rapist?
more, but it's
A
just
child.
No. So Carly wanted to talk about something.
I did.
Yeah.
What?
Pet peeves.
Pet peeve.
Oh, because I just keep thinking of more.
Mm-hmm.
About him? Pet
Yes.
peeves about him?
No, about
Yes.
everyone. Well, yeah, sure.
Like one of my biggest pet peeves lately is what happened to me earlier on the way here. I was getting off. I can't remember what exit
You were
it
getting
was.
off,
And just yeah, I was getting off an exit, and
and she said something, and I just lost it totally. I was
Exactly.
like, fuck.
she breathed, and I said, "No, it's but when
Die
they
already.
it's when they close roads down and don't put up any signs about it.
Oh, on Cooper?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit drives me nuts. I was just
I
getting
think
right
that's-
off. I'm like,
I was just getting right off, and then there was, the road's closed, so I just, I didn't have anywhere
so I had
go.
to just go off the bridge.
So I made my own exit.
Just left Carly in the car
That's-
and I
this-
just jumped.
She caught me.
I think
apparently.
that's everybody's
Spider-Woman.
everybody's pet peeve about Jackson at the moment is like road construction.
Yeah.
And
Just-
I think my thing is like, obviously I don't know the inner workings of it, but I'm like, at this point, take on one fucking job at a time and get it done in a timely manner.
Exactly.
Don't. So like so I drive back and forth from Albion. I
Mhm.
bet you deal with it too. Maybe I don't
On
know.
94?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
So
that.
there's like times where it'll be open, totally clear. You're fine, and then all of a sudden it's structured down to one lane for some reason.
And you're
during
having
the
to
day.
zigzag across
Yeah,
both sides
and
of
you're
the
like,
highway.
fuck. So like they started doing that on what I believed was the finished part of the highway
Mhm.
between Airport Road down to what do you want to call it, 127 South.
Mhm.
So I thought that was finished. That was good. And then I come home one day and they've got it blocked off and they're starting to block off everything. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I thought you were done. Come on.
Did you guys see the new tampon roundabout that's in Jackson?
It's
No,
a
it's
peanut.
It's a peanut.
No.
Well, it's
or not a
peanut.
tampon, pad. People kept
The
saying it.
Oh,
Nice
it
to
looks like a
pad.
pad. Okay, yeah.
That
It
makes
kinda looks
sense.
like a
It
pad.
looks
What
like
the
a
fuck are
peanut.
you
A
talking about?
tampon. What the fuck?
Feminine.
All right.
I've
Well,
actually been around it
Really?
while it was closed.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's pretty good. We drove down that way.
Go-karts.
It was closed. It was closed, and the car in front of us said "fuck it" and went around. So we said "fuck it" and went around. It's completely done at this point in time. We went around it, and it's still
Just
closed
the
for
shape
some
is
reason.
what throws me off.
Yeah, what's the point? Why do they have to do that?
Why a Tampin Road?
I don't know.
Tampin.
I'm-
Pad.
A pee.
All right,
A Pad.
Carly, your topic. Start.
What was my pet peeve?
Pet
Yeah.
peeve.
Pet peeve.
Oh, when you're on the phone with someone and they don't end the conversation. Like, they just keep dragging out the end.
That's my grandpa.
That's her
My
mom.
dad doesn't say bye.
They
Like, I'll say
won't
bye and he
say
just
bye.
hangs up.
I literally go, okay, bye, and hang up. Like, I just can't do it.
Alright, Dad. Bye. Click.
You're just like,
Then there's my
All
dad
right,
who
do you
picks
not
up the
love
phone and
me?
just sits there.
fuck.
Oh, yeah. Her dad just picks up the phone and waits for you to talk. And you're just like,
So you're calling in.
yeah.
I'm the important one.
It stops ringing. You're like,
I go,
hello?
Phil? Hey, how you doing? I'm like,
Say something.
waiting on you. Like, what? That's not how this works.
Wait on you to start the conversation, buddy.
There's typical phone.
Could
Every-
you start breathing?
That's what I hear. It just. I'll go quiet too. Sometimes I'll just wait and see if he says something. Then I'll hear a dog bark. I'm like, okay, so you are on the phone. He goes, I'm waiting on you. I'm like, what the fuck?
What do you want? You
Now
call
you,
me.
now you know, so you just start.
Speaking of dogs.
When the ring stops,
Oh.
you just start. There you go.
You're getting a dog?
No.
No, Carly's mom had 6.
6
More?
Puppies.
Mm,
6 more?
puppies.
6 puppies last night.
Wow.
What kind of dogs are they?
The Shorkies.
Yeah.
Shih Tzu Yorkies.
Mhm.
Small dogs.
Best
Yeah,
dogs
she
on the
was
planet.
Punters.
huge.
My aunt has one.
Punt-
Well, they
My
usually
dad
only
has
have like
one.
4
Yeah.
at a time.
My grandma has one.
And
You
she
guys are
has
just so
6.
picky about your dogs.
I don't
Alright,
care
I
for
want a
small
little
dogs.
ankle biter.
Yeah.
I'd rather have one that can
They're
kill
cool
kids.
to have around if you go over to your friend's house and your friend's got
Oh,
a small
my
dog
thing
and you're
is,
like, hey, little
you
guy,
can
you
literally
know,
just
and
But
then
not to
carry
have
them
them
everywhere.
yeah, I'm good.
You
Oh,
can
you're
take
gonna be
them
one
in
of
the
those.
store.
You're gonna get the little purse and the.
Well, not a purse, no.
Yeah, but that's how you shut them up. You just pick them up. Oh, hold
And
on.
then like bathing and grooming them, so easy.
What was it? I
It's
saw
true.
a picture about
I
Dog-
believe that.
And like their
Dog
shit
prices are cut in
this
half.
big.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah,
their
that's
shit's
true.
this big. Take a
Right.
shovel and you don't have to have somebody go in like, what the fuck? Did someone shit in your yard? It's like, no,
Did you
that's
know-
Fluffy over there.
Did you know you can pay someone to like take the shit out of your yard?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called dog log.
That's so funny.
That guy makes bank doing that
I
shit.
imagine nobody wants to.
He has
clean
a
up
boat
shit,
down in
but
Florida.
he goes, "Hey guys, guess what?
He's like, yeah, I bought a sailboat down in Florida. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, I also got a vacation. I'm like, you pick up shit. He goes, I know.
Yes, but nobody else does.
Business
And so
Mhm.
that is a
There you
phenomenal
go.
business
There's your
idea.
your new job.
I'm
Your
not gonna
dog.
compete with him.
Yeah, dog
Is he
I-
in Michigan?
Yeah, he owns Jackson.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he
Oh.
goes everywhere.
I didn't know that.
So move away. Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Just cut his
Expand your
cost.
horizons.
Do
that
it
where you
for
work.
3/4 of the
What's
cost.
he doing? Yeah.
I
How
asked
much
him.
does he charge?
I asked him, I said, where'd you get the idea? He goes, you ever
Wait.
seen King of the Hill? And I go, yeah. He goes, there's an episode about a guy that's what he does.
Is this
He-
someone you know?
You need to watch
Yeah.
King of the Hill.
He has a lawnmower, or
How
like
do you
in
know?
the show. Because he used to pick up our shit. That's how I know.
Speaking of pet
Oh,
peeves.
he did? Sorry.
Yeah. He picked the shit up here, and he picked it up at my dad's house now. We haven't seen him in a while, though, because I think he's getting a little pricey.
I imagine.
But But in like the episode of The King of the Hill, like this guy had like a sucker and he would just suck up shit. And I remember like Bobby was a part of it. And Hank's like, it's just crazy how much like money people are paying you. He's like, well, when nobody else will do it, I can charge whatever I want. And I'm like,
It's like
That's
the
a good
same
point.
aspect of like garbage men. Garbage men get paid pretty fucking pretty handsomely because obviously it's not the same thing where you're picking up shit and you just throw it in the dumpster. It's you need to take that trash and put it somewhere else.
You know who
but it's not very many people want to do that job.
speaking of a shitty job, I still feel like the people that like suck out porta potties make fucking bank. They
I'm
have
sure
to,
they
right?
do.
Porter?
I'm sure.
Yeah, like people just go to porta potties, suck out all the shit.
That's all they do. They just
Isn't it
You ever seen that on your
porta?
TikTok?
That's what that was what
I don't know.
I was getting at. But
The portable.
it's
Porta.
porta potty.
porter potty.
Porta potty.
It's a shitter. That's all I know.
It is the blue cube.
I
would
call it
say
the shitter.
submarine.
Blue
Okay, Bob the
rectangular or some
Tomato.
shit.
Okay, but yeah.
That's the name. That was his
my
name.
favorite.
Did-
I
yeah.
literally
And the pickle.
think about that like every day.
Yeah, we were.
God.
So
What were
funny.
we even talking about?
It's so funny.
Like a kid show that he was watching. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
we would used to watch Bob the Tomato.
VeggieTales.
Yeah, but he just
Yeah, but I
said
forgot
Bob the
that name.
Tomato. He
Oh.
couldn't remember
The most serious
VeggieTales.
tone possible
It's,
because I listened to it.
Bob
It
the
was
Tomato
so
and
funny.
the pickle.
Tomatoes or some shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, that used to be my shit as a kid.
To talk to tomatoes.
Yeah, and Talon clipped it. So
It did.
Mm,
Yeah,
on
I've been
TikTok.
listening to our old episodes, trying to get like little snippets for like
Oh.
reels and shit. And I'm like, yep,
But you
that's
have to
definitely gonna
make
be
the
one.
accounts.
You know, I actually was laughing because I listened back to an old episode. Do you remember the whole Sharkpedo thing we talked about?
Sharkpedo.
You said something, and you said Sharkpedo.
pedophile.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'll have to play the clip. It was hilarious.
Vaguely remember that.
Sharkpedo.
Yeah, and we were all like, this summer, watch out for the waters, because Sharkpedo is coming
Oh
to
my
you.
God.
Coming for your kids.
Yeah, that's what we. I'll play it afterwards. I'm like, oh, like that's why I love listening to our old stuff. And I'm like, I totally forgot about that. And I'm like, snip it.
Well, I mean,
put it
shit.
on
How long
fucking-
have we been doing this?
This is episode 15?
Midsummer, right?
15 roughly. I kind of guesstimated
Mhm.
because I was like, I don't know.
Just put a random
That's
number on
fine.
there.
We'll just say this is
This
episode
might be
15.
episode 14 for all I know. But I'll
Well,
say
from now on,
15.
we'll start numbering them, so it actually makes
Number
sense.
and
There's
the
some
date.
lost files.
True,
and
let's do the
whatnot.
date too.
They're not lost. I actually got them back.
Oh, all right. Phenomenal.
No, I had the audio files saved. It just didn't
I'm
work
just saying,
on
though,
that.
Yeah,
archive-
'cause-
archives, man.
Do you remember the episode where we were talking about like our
Lost
presidential like
Yeah.
speeches and shit? Like I've still been trying to find that one, and I don't know.
Presidential speeches.
Yeah, didn't we do that towards like the end of an episode one time?
I think
I
so.
swear it
Well,
was.
we
the-
said that like we'll come with the next episode. We'll do a presidential speech, and we never did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like that would
And
be a
I'm
better
still-
thing to do next year when everybody else is doing that shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's all
Election time.
promote our platforms.
Mhm.
Barack Obama.
And just for future reference, these will be completely satirical.
This is
If
true.
anybody don't take any of this seriously, are not of age to run for president, and it's mostly jokes, folks. It's mostly
I
jokes.
am not the smartest human being, but I feel like I am too smart to want to run for president.
True.
Mm,
That is not the kind of job I would want.
Nope.
What was it?
bold assumption that you're too smart to run for president.
I know it's not a job I would want.
It's fair.
I'm not a puppet.
Yeah, because
Joe
who knows?
Biden.
Who knows what the fuck happens?
I don't
when
like
you go
having
in
my
there.
other people's hands up my ass.
You might be like totally, well, because most of these people are coming from already positions of political influence, right? So these,
for Trump, you see what happened there.
it's like senators or governors or mayors or shit like that. People have been in the politics already.
You know,
But imagine you're never been in politics, and then you go to be president, and all of a sudden you're elected, and you go in there, and they're like, you need to put your hand on this, and it's like a pentagram, and the devil standing across from you, and is like, hey man,
Never
you're like, I thought this was God's country.
Or
God
they're
damn
all
it.
wizards.
Blake Shelton was wrong.
In the basement of the White House, there is a chamber of wizards. That is it.
Makes me think of National Treasure
Yeah.
when they're going after the president's book or whatever it's called. I think it
How
was
many
National
national
Treasure
treasures
2.
were there?
I know for sure there's two.
I thought they were
Could
going
be
after
a
the
third.
Declaration of Independence.
That was
That's
the
the
first one.
That was
Oh,
the first
okay.
I think the second one they go after like the president's book.
Like the
One.
Black
It's got all
Secret-
of his
secret
hookup
book.
dates and shit. Monica
Yeah, it's all-
Lewinsky. Fucking,
Epstein Island.
what is this? And then, yeah.
You have a lot of logs about Epstein Island in here, Mr. Clinton.
I like to play golf there.
Like, it's not even big enough for a hole, and you're like, oh.
Just hitting those
I like
underage dingers.
4
I like to chip
more
golf
9-year-olds,
balls
please.
on the job.
Oh, brother.
Yeah,
What
so-
topics you got?
I wanted to talk about this last week, but I feel like it would be more fun with you because I know you guys like space shit. But did you see the alien in Mexico?
Yeah, I'm not
We
entirely
started
sure
talking
that it's
about that.
real.
Huh?
Not entirely sure that it's real.
You sure? They did
What's
X-ray
the
on it.
X-ray?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
if
I
that's
don't know.
fake?
It looks fake as shit.
I just wrote down Mexican alien, and I didn't know if people would be confused by that.
I just,
Did you see like
So,
the,
as-
the
as-
eggs?
as a,
no.
you
All
know,
that.
In the
UFO, I wouldn't
X-ray?
say enthusiast, but as like a follower and a believer of UFOs, this popping up at a time that we are most like talking about it is, for whatever reason, to me just like super suspicious. I don't know.
Mhm.
You're like, oh, they just unveiled that. Yeah, we've got non-human biologicals. Or
And
some
isn't
shit
the
like
thing
that.
like a foot tall?
Yeah, it's tiny, and they were picking it up and shit and manipulating it. I'm like, I don't think that's fucking real.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Ooh, I have something I want to talk about eventually, but
Trust the science, yo.
yeah, do they have the photos of the X-rays?
Yeah, see,
Go on.
that's him. That's the
Go up.
alien.
There he is, right there. That's how
It's
they caught
Paul.
him.
It's fucking Paul.
It's
yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, I don't know. One of them was a cake. Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah,
think
see the
that
little
that
balls
is-
down there? They said those were eggs or something. Stupid.
They think that the skeleton's real and all that shit. I don't know. Who knows? If it's real, it's real. Cool. Then that really enlightens everything. But
Or it's just another species of human that they found.
well, that's also part of it. So
Why is
they're
it so
finding
small?
they're
Maybe
finding
that's what it
that
used to
people
look like.
No.
they're finding that people have obviously been around a lot longer than we originally thought. Like there's dating. They're starting to date them back even further, like 150,000 years, 300,000 years, and through that period, there's been different humans, basically, like Australopithecus and
Exactly.
and Neanderthal and all these other ones. There's a species of human that was like 3 foot tall at one point. It's there's new shit that they're finding.
Mhm.
You know, I advise that you guys, if you haven't watched it, it's what is it?
Paul?
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal movie. No, there's
My favorite scene.
there's
is
a
the cover.
documentary by Graham Hancock. If you haven't listened to him on Joe Rogan, he's like the leading guy in investigating ancient human history, basically. And they've found things all over the world. You gotta give it a watch. It's really hard to break down in a podcast unless you're him. But it's called what is it? Ancient Catastrophes or something like that, or Ancient Disasters or something. I forget exactly what it is. I'll have to look it up. But it's a really good documentary series that they go and they travel around the world and look at all these ancient structures and places that they believe are ancient structures and stuff like this. Like, there's a mountain in Mexico that they believe is actually a temple.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it
I've
has
seen that.
like, they've done ground penetrating radar and found chambers and stuff like that.
That'd be
And-
so cool.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
want to go through it, but that'd be cool.
there was a story that I heard about how back in like the 1400s when people from Europe were coming to the Americas, there was a story about this explorer that went through, I want to say somewhere near Guatemala.
Ancient Apocalypse.
Okay.
Just to drop that in.
And he said that when he went there, he just saw luscious like buildings and people and just these open like markets and stuff. And he's just like, this is crazy. Like, these people are all civilized and shit. So he goes back to Europe, says, this shit's going on. They might have gold. And they come back, and everybody's gone. It's all forested over.
The
Because
Amazon.
mind you, it takes like years to go from back to Europe to back to the Americas. And like, there's just trees now.
Talking
And
about
they're
the
like,
Amazon.
yeah, it's like, where the fuck did these people go? And like everyone's like, you're bullshitting. But I'm like, that actually could happen. Because what smallpox did to the native population of the Americas is like, have you ever heard of those numbers?
No.
You should look up how many natives were affected by smallpox. Because I want to say it was like 90% of the Americas were killed off by smallpox.
So there is like a scientific explanation for some things like that, where no less than 3 million
In just 300 years.
Amerindians.
Mhm.
Wow.
And that's just from smallpox alone.
Well, you got to think they've been not segregated, but separated from other parts of the world.
Right.
So there was like an aspect where when we were living in Africa, and then there was a small tribe, I forget the species of hominid that went this way, but when they moved north, those people that moved north experienced more diseases and different diseases. So they believe that the people that are descended from the people that moved north have a better immune system going that direction because they experienced more things, where the people that remained in like Africa have I wouldn't say a lesser immune system, but their immune system isn't as adept to the change in diseases and various things that you come across. So there's like when those people started to intermingle, that's when what we are now. But they believe that when that group of people moved north, they enhance their immune systems, and that's been passed on through generations.
Which is funny because, you know, if you just went to Africa without any, like, malaria or yellow fever and all that, it's the same thing. Everybody got so used to living in Europe, just going back to Africa. If you don't have those, like, you can die in the Congo.
Absolutely. Well, Africa at one point was lush, green land at one point.
Still is similar. In some parts.
Well, yeah, in some parts, not like like the Congo and whatnot, but the majority of Africa was lush green. And I don't know if South America was like the opposite, like Africa is a desert or whatnot. But at one point, there was a lush green Africa on the planet. And they think that the planet goes through cycles, where areas become more lush and other areas become more desert.
You know, I saw something about how how Australia is like completely different from every other continent. Like,
it's definitely a different place.
Yeah, it's just different. Like animals are bigger. There's more.
It's insects,
species. Oh yeah, insects too. But like marsupials like rule Australia.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because they were saying how like South America was like that at one point. It was just an island of all these crazy ass animals. But as soon as North America connected with South America and went through like Panama and started going up to there, all the animals from North America, like mammoths and saber-toothed tigers and wolves, are like, oh shit, new land, and they go down. That's why the terror birds were all killed off, because the terror birds ruled South America, and then they're like, what the hell is that thing? And it was just a saber-toothed tiger. They're just
yeah, it's kind of funny because there's, I believe, at least what I heard not too long ago, was that they found an area where like mammoth bones are being found on the river, like not buried, but literally just on land. So what does that say? Are there motherfucking mammoths running around here still? Like what?
Didn't we talk about that in an episode about how they were going to be doing like genetic things?
They
on
wanted
elephants?
to. Yeah, it was out in Siberia. There was like an area of land that they wanted to do a prehistoric park where it's like the Ice Age type animals. So like
I'd go see that shit.
Absolutely, 100%. You think, dude, just to see something that we haven't ever seen before in person. Like, yeah, we got depictions of what a mammoth looks like, but you don't know what a mammoth looks like.
10,000 BC was an okay movie, but like I would rather like to see the mammoths in real
I would
life.
like to see it in person.
Is it okay? Side note: have you ever seen that movie, Justin?
Yeah.
I have.
Isn't that like the weirdest scene where they're in Egypt building shit and they're using mammoths to like move stuff? And you're just like, is that because they've always had like questions on how they build the pyramids and stuff? And this is getting on the topic that I wanted to bring her back on, but like they always had like questions on how the hell do they move these stones that weigh thousands and thousands of pounds, and the only thing they had was like human labor.
So they thought
And that's where they tie into aliens
Yeah.
helping building it and shit.
But I'm just like,
There's no-
mammoths did it. Duh. It's in the
there's
movie.
no accurate depiction as to when the pyramids were built. There's no organic, material in the pyramids to actually properly date the pyramids, because all they have to really go off of is everything outside of it.
Right.
And obviously, there's been civilizations and over the millennia that have probably lived there. So we have no real way to determine when they were built. So they could have been here for 100,000 years. They could have been here for 10,000 years. But it's really hard to believe that people that use boats and sticks for
Boats and
weapons can move hundreds of thousands of tons of blocks from 500 miles away just to build this pyramid.
Like I understand, like you're the leader of Egypt. Obviously, slaves are going to be at your disposal. But still, like...
I don't think you're seeing that pyramid go up in
No.
your lifetime at all. I don't know. But there's also been, like, counter-arguments where people have, like... There's been one where they used to wet the sand and roll... so it's a lot easier to move something across wet sand than dry sand because you don't dig in as much. And they believe it was on, like, sleds or toboggans that they
Or
moved
mammoths.
these things. Or mammoths, you know? I don't know.
I just remember that
I
scene
don't
where
know
they
that
let 'em all
we'll
go.
figure it out in our lifetime exactly how long we've been around. So we'll figure it out.
So Carly and I were having this conversation yesterday because Carly like will sometimes just think of how crazy like shit is, and I was explaining how it's crazy how our smartphones are more powerful and smarter than the computers they use to put a man on the moon, and then she said, "If we even went there," and I was like, "Wait a minute, do you believe we actually went to the moon?" And Carly
I
goes,
don't know.
so I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, this is something I could definitely talk about. Do you guys believe we went to the moon?
I like to believe that we've been to the moon.
Back in 1969 when they...
I like to believe that we've been to the moon.
'Cause
I think it's a
you-
problem that we haven't like expanded off of that.
Yeah, because you were like, we started flying. When did we start flying?
Like the 1910s.
And then like only 50 years later, we're on the moon. Like, that makes no
That's-
sense.
Yeah, but you gotta think of the
Technology
absolute
increases
exponentially. The absolute
Why
after
hasn't
the
it
atom
improved
bomb and all that
since?
shit. It's been a literal snowball effect of technology. Like we
It
have
definitely
TVs
has
that are this
increased,
thick.
though. We can literally land rocket ships back down.
Yeah.
So where they're usable again.
My thing is just like, how?
Elon's
How do we do
been
things
obviously
like
the
that?
best thing for humanity as far as space travel.
Mm-hmm.
He's it's like NASA doesn't even really care to do it anymore. It's all private now. You know, you got Bezos and Elon, and I'm thinking there's a couple more. India apparently just landed on the moon not too long ago.
The guy that...
They're working on a space station to orbit the moon currently.
Who owns that Virgin Galactic?
I don't know.
Pierce Bronson?
Sounds right.
Yeah. Or Richard Branson. I think that's his name. Look at that up. I just want to make sure. I know that he's like a really
Charles
old guy.
Bronson.
He's an older guy that has like really long hair.
What is the
Yeah, that guy.
What does he own for space?
Virgin Galactic.
Virgin. Oh, there it is. Virgin Galactic Unity 22.
He did that shit with Bezos. There's a photo of him, I think, with Bezos.
Yeah, but all they do is go to like low. They don't even go to low orbit. They just go basically out into near interstellar space, and then they come back down. That's it.
Definitely. He looks like a fucking alien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look. Hold on.
Maybe
Scroll
he
up
has
real
one.
quick. Up to the right.
Mhm.
I think it looks like that's the flight plan. So yeah. Yeah. So it goes up, and then it comes back down. It barely goes into space.
Well, yeah, they gotta work on this shit, try to figure out how it works.
I don't.
And how did they do it
There's yeah. I don't know.
Carly
I
was
just feel
asking.
like
You wouldn't
back
catch
then
me doing it.
the technology was not good. How did they figure that out?
Math.
Oh, math.
Math is the
Okay.
key to the universe. Didn't you know that?
It's literally like...
Who came up with math?
Some real fucking smart people.
Or it was, but fuck him.
Yeah.
Whoever
I
decided to put
always
numbers
think it's-
and letters, fuck you.
Like,
Fuck
it's
you,
crazy that
Pythagorean.
there's something on Mars and it reports back to
Yep.
the...
How does it
See,
reach
and that's
that
what I was
far?
telling her. I said, I think the craziest part about back in the 60s when we were on the moon, I'm like, the signal to reach from the fucking moon back down to Florida, how did that happen? And why can't I get fucking signal if I move 2 feet into a building and then move this way? Are you fucking kidding me? You talk to a guy on the moon and I can't get signal? This is bullshit. I'm like, you guys are hiding something. There has to be signals that are just better.
Or you realize that
You
the,
realize
the
that-
signals that they use for people are going to be worth way less than what they do for any space exploration or anything.
Yeah, they have giant satellites.
Yeah, but this is 1969. This was decades ago.
Like I said,
Yeah, but they have
You think they
satellites,
would've-
though. you
I know. I just thought, signal would be never really a problem.
Well, so
Especially,
in
like-
space, you don't have to worry about much in
Other
the way
people using
of,
your Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about your
Interference.
neighbors fucking on your Wi-Fi or anything like that. But there's no
Fucking
atmosphere. There shouldn't necessarily be any interference between one point to another. unless something crosses that path.
Like a cloud.
There's that. I mean, we don't have cosmic clouds out here.
No,
Those are nebulas.
A bird.
Yeah, God damn it! Sorry, you're gonna need to repeat that. I got a space bird flew in front of my antenna.
For some reason, I just thought it'd be really funny. It's like how we actually
Space pigeon landed on my antenna, dude. Sorry.
No, I was just thinking how funny it would be. It's like, how did we actually communicate? And it was just like a fucking cord, like just an aux cord.
It's just a long cord. And then it's by the time you land, it's so stretched that you're like, don't bump it.
And they're like, all right,
if we bump it, it's gone.
So I'm going to tell you exactly how to get back, and Bird just cuts it. You're like, well, shit.
Well, imagine like space elevators. So like it's a literal.
This is the longest elevator ever.
It's so the science behind it is that it's built so tall that due to the Earth's rotation, it kind of counteracts its mass basically because it's outside of a lot of what the gravitational influence would be, and I don't know. It's not something that we'll ever see. But
No, I just thought of just like a literal elevator.
Oh yeah,
What floor are you going to? Moon.
It's just connected. Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. Space is fucking crazy. I'm glad you brought it up.
The next Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Literally.
But yeah. No.
I mean, if you think about like the stuff with like how far technology has come, like think about the concept of the internet and how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now
Think
we have
about
AI.
how-
I think so. I've said this before. A lot of people are scared of it, but I think AI is a tool. I think that's all it is at this point in time.
of it.
I
don't-
saw an article, or I
You're scared of
actually was
houses.
watching the Today Show, and they were talking about how schools are trying to use AI to like help as a tool for like students, not like so they can cheat and stuff. But that got me thinking, like, well, when we were in school, we didn't have AI, and they were still worried about us plagiarizing. Like,
Yeah. Well, they now have programs specifically to identify. Like, you just upload the paper, and it will skim through the paper
Right.
and see what. You're like, oh, this has been said in
What's
this
flagged?
article. This has been said in this article, and if you're not quoting those, it'll flag it like, oh, this is plagiarized right here. This section's plagiarized or whatever.
it just do you think that like those tools would detect like AI plagiarism?
Well,
Would
so
it be smart enough to do that?
I
think
would
they
think
have
so.
some.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta think an AI can.
There's only so many ways to say things.
Well, it currently can now access the internet. So if you were looking at, or if an AI was to pull up somebody's paperwork, it could access the entirety of the internet to distinguish that, oh, this is an original piece, or this has been reworded in a certain way.
But
or
that's
Does
the
an
something
thing.
AI
along those
thing get
lines.
stored somewhere where
Like-
it could reference it back?
Like Harley said,
Probably.
there's
I would
only so
imagine.
many ways you can reword shit.
Yeah, there's only so many
Right.
ways. But
On top of the fact, like, you're sitting there trying to have a robot trying to figure out if you're going to get plagiarized, or how about this? Write me a paper that's original. And then, boom. Now you got a paper that you don't have to worry about.
Right.
Unless they ask the teacher, did you write the paper? No.
Well, because they were saying that they might have to change the way that like they assess students' knowledge on stuff. They might have to not have them write a paper. They might have to have like a speech or something where they literally talk about what they learned.
that makes sense.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
And I
I
think
Create
that
me a
would,
speech.
I think that would help.
Well, no, because if it's not authentic, it's not gonna sound like what they would sound like or what they'd write.
Well,
I think that would help.
part of it is like AI's been used to write programs now. Like there's somebody that literally created a website and a program just using AI. Like, hey, this is what I need. These are the parameters I need, and then it just writes the code.
But AI can be so fucking stupid though too.
Oh, for sure.
I hate Snapchat AI.
I never
I've
even
never
used
used
it.
it.
It's so.
I was gonna
stupid.
start asking it some pretty crazy questions, and I was like, I bet you it's not very good.
I don't know how people can get it to like plan out like a trip for them because I've tried that before and they're like, I don't have the ability to do that. And I'm like, then how can you do it for someone else?
Mm-hmm. Don't you have ChatGPT?
Jailbroke.
You signed up for it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just test it out real quick.
You
Just plan a
have it?
trip to Italy.
Well, that one's probably better than Snapchat. Snapchat
Yeah.
probably runs on some off-brand AI service.
Chat GDP
Because I can't even
Lite.
get rid of it.
PT.
Chat
There's no D.
GPT.
GDP, Chat GDP. You're like,
Gross domestic product.
I didn't know you had ChatGPT.
It's
We did it on
Chat.
the
He did it on the
GDP.
podcast one time.
I love that.
Plan a trip.
Look at that. We're going to Tron's.
Oh no.
Where are we going?
This is just gonna keep going.
Where'd she
Ideal
tell us
dates.
to go?
Day 1 arrival.
Norway?
Northern Lights in Norway.
That's kinda cool.
pretty cool.
It's kind of cool. But the thing with AI too to plan stuff, they said that like the free version is like outdated data too. You have to
Probably,
pay
yeah.
for the paid for gives you more recent.
Yeah, I would imagine. They're not gonna.
No,
give
you
the-
just renamed
the best.
something.
Oh, I did. Yep.
I think you gotta say plan an Australian trip for me.
No.
Yeah, he knows. It.
First of all, it's spelled Australia.
Sydney on days 1 through 3.
I mean, that's still the right way to say it.
The Great Barrier Reef?
Oh my.
Does it
Kangaroo
say where to watch
Island.
out for spiders?
Oh, guess we're doing that.
It's a 2-week trip. Kangaroo Island. That'd be cool.
Sorry, guys.
Adopted.
Boom roasted! Your mother never left you.
So, here's my thought.
7.
Yeah. So, like with AI, I'm expecting like robotic combines and shit like that.
Kangaroo Island.
Yeah, as well,
Oh.
It's pretty. Oh my god, there's
yeah,
kangaroos.
that white sand.
I would hope so.
Called
Sometimes
Kangaroo
they might be
Island.
lying.
It could be covered in wallabies.
You go there. There's no kangaroos. You're
I'd
like,
be
It's
pissed.
just
What is
snakes.
it's just snakes.
Like, you
Large
can't-
ass
yeah,
spiders.
there's
In seas,
spiders and
apparently.
shit, but you can't tell me it wouldn't be awesome to go to Australia.
I never said it
bro.
wouldn't.
So bad.
The problem is I would have to have a fucking checklist every time. So every time you go to leave your hotel, you need to make sure you check your shoes.
An itinerary? Or,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
You
Itinerary.
need to make sure that you check your shoes, and then before you get into the rental car, you need to make sure you check the door handle.
I would say every time you take your shoes off, you put in like a
It
big
just-
Ziploc bag. or
Yeah,
something.
that
We're taking air gun.
seats. This is the only place in the
Those
world
suck,
where when you go to the bathroom,
Arkansas.
put the seat up because we don't
That's
want anything
Spider-Man.
fucking hanging out underneath the seats. Yeah, fuck that.
Snakes.
Do not
We
get
look
near
up, like,
anywhere near
the
water,
weirdest
trees,
animals in
sand.
I hate
Australia or
sand.
something. Because, like, I just want to know.
This is a Star Wars reference. I hate sand. It's rough, coarse. It gets everywhere. It's
true.
angsty Anakin.
Bats. Oh, go
That's
back.
Tasmanian devil right there. Oh. Do you
A
think
laughing kookaburra.
The kookaburras. I just saw a video this morning of Dave Irwin, or no, not Dave Irwin, Steve Irwin.
fuck cassowaries?
He's going around his.
Have you interacted with them before?
I've seen them in real life. Have you ever heard it? I think we played that
That's
sound.
the shit.
What's the one crocodile?
The Nile crocodile?
No, something cane or something like that.
A caiman?
Cayman, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool looking.
Tasmanian devils.
Just imagine if Sarcosuchus was still around.
Ma'am, that's a
You kidding me?
porcupine.
Kookaburra.
Wombat. Oh, he's kind of cute.
That's
How-
a marsupial.
How is an animal like that alive?
I like that.
With all that shit.
Whoa.
Well, that's cool.
The number one weirdest wombat. The Tasmanian tiger doesn't even exist anymore.
They think it might still.
It's probably in Australia.
They think it might be somewhere in New Zealand.
Go to YouTube real quick when you get done.
Don't worry, we're done in there.
Type in cassowary sound.
How do you spell that?
There you go.
These things sound like fucking devils. That first video right there.
You've played this before.
Have I?
Yeah.
No, I think we did the
There's
shoe
one
though.
that make sounds of like anything.
No. This bird's like 3 feet tall. Or no, 4 feet tall.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
They're big
Like a
birds.
turkey.
That was one of the only animals Steve Irwin said, mm-mm.
They're mean, dude.
Okay, I don't hear anything.
I'm hearing a lot of.
Here, go
Weird.
back.
It's only 10 seconds.
So it can go.
Sounds like chicken.
That's it.
That's the.
That's it?
the
That first video. constantly
Your cat
burping.
about to throw up.
I hate that sound.
You play that, and you just run into the other room. Fuck. Yeah.
Honestly, I expected
Tasmania.
more strange animals.
Platypuses.
Platypi? Are they platypi? Not platypuses?
Tasmanian devils literally sound like those too. They go.
Yeah, they just scream.
It's a horny toad.
They shoot blood out of their eyes.
That's creepy.
Cassowary again. Oh, the frill neck lizard. Things that can run on water.
Oh yeah, they got the.
Echidnas are weird looking. That echidna looks like it has a bald spot.
A sugar glider.
Ew.
I hate sugar gliders.
Why?
They're
I
like,
hate
Darcy
everything.
had some.
My stepmom bought 2 of them.
What?
They're so fucking loud. Like
Oh, that's so cute.
Like the thing's this big and it goes, ah! And you're just like, what the fuck was that?
They're kind of scary.
They are scary. And watching them fly at you is the freakiest thing ever. I wanted to like
Oh my
bat
god,
it
I
up.
didn't
Tree
even know that was a
kangaroo.
thing.
What?
It looks like a red panda.
It's kind of. I don't know.
What's your favorite zoo animal?
To go see.
Wombat. I like
Oh,
rhinos.
what's in a zoo?
I think rhinos are cool.
Yoda bat.
I don't know.
Mine's the red panda, hands down. They're fucking cute as shit.
What's it?
Well, we went to the. I went
Polar
to the
bears?
Park Zoo this.
Polar bears.
Not this past year.
I
but
just like to
last
see
year.
how big they
It
are,
was
and you're
sad
like,
as shit.
holy shit, I would never want to follow.
Walking in there and seeing all the animals and shit, and all the pens are tiny.
Monkeys are
It's
cool.
just-
That's
It's
fun to
kind
watch.
of sad.
Yeah, I don't like going to zoos.
You go to the, you go.
We were
you
talking
visit
about that
the
earlier.
big cats. You got the tigers and the lions and shit, and they're fucking. I don't know if there's tigers. Was there tigers?
At Powder
I
Park?
know that we were no
There's-
Binder Park.
I've been
But
there a
there
lot.
was the lion pen is fucking tiny.
Not as
You
bad
know,
as Potter Park.
Potter
That's-
Park sucks.
That's
Potter Park
literally
sucks.
like, it's as big as your living room. That's how big like the lion
The lion's, like,
Are you
enclosure is.
fucking
screaming.
serious?
Yeah, and they're
Oh my God,
they're
it's
the whole time.
Yeah.
Just roaring. It-
Trying to get out. It's so sad.
and they're like 700-pound animals. Like, I just can't imagine.
I prefer the Toledo Zoo.
Yeah.
I don't
Binder
know if I've
Park,
been
like,
there.
for,
Or
like-
Detroit Zoo. That was good.
Binder Park, where like the giraffes and like the antelopes, they have a decent life. They have like
True.
a huge ass
That's the
open
one
field.
with the like African safari or whatever,
Mhm.
right?
They have
I
a
like
train that goes throughout the entire place.
What's that one again?
Binder.
Binder. Binder. Isn't
Is
that the one in
Binder
Lansing?
No, that's
Thought that-
Potter.
That's Potter. Oh, I thought that was the one. in
How about this?
Lansing.
I always
Binder
mix
Park.
it
Pull up Binder Park Zoo. I guarantee you there's a map of the place.
Because last time when I went, there was not. I did not see that.
Zach and I, we had a. Do you remember Michael Vo?
Mhm.
He was a part of it too. We had to go to Potter Park Zoo and we had to do a speech in sign language about an animal that we picked. Ours was a snow leopard. Fucker never showed up.
How the fuck do you do that? You go.
We stood in
so
front of
we
the
went
exhibit.
and then
Probably
didn't
didn't
see
visit.
anything. There he is. What the fuck?
Oh, that's at
What did you
Binder.
say?
Visit probably.
Yeah, I don't think that's not the one that.
Did
I
they not
went
have a
then.
map?
Zoo map.
Zoo map.
Yeah, this isn't the one I went to though.
Back your fucking foot up, dude.
Calm down. Calm.
Yep, Wild Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That one's
Jurassic
actually
Park.
cool. Yeah, what is that?
I remember.
Jurassic-
Do you remember the big ass dinosaurs they had?
No.
Yeah.
You never seen the dinosaurs at Binder Park? Like they have a brachiosaur that's like literally 50-something feet tall.
I guess I don't remember that.
So there's a place heading down to
That is
Tennessee
not
that
to
we
scale.
used to stop.
Really?
There was a place heading down to Tennessee that we used to stop. There was like a dinosaur walk around park that you could go to.
The ones
And-
that like from the 80s that
I
just
think
look
so.
horrible.
Yeah, they're pretty bad, but shit, dude, that was a good time as a kid. I would go there and you're just walking around, and then all of a sudden you look through the trees and you're like, "What is that? Oh shit, it's a herd of brachios," some shit like that, you know. And then they got the big ass T-Rex that stands out by the highway.
Mm-hmm.
So
You should see if there's pictures of the dinosaurs.
dinosaur park.
Dinosaurs.
Search on the screen.
And that's how we make a dinosaur.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool. They got a
see the
skull,
brachiosaur?
skeleton, or a skull, I should say.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either. Oh, I remember
This
that.
feels
The
like
little
a-
trike.
I just remember that big ass brachiosaur they had there.
I probably beeline beyond that to go to a better part of the zoo.
Yeah, where there's real animals.
Like,
and
I
shit.
don't care about fucking sculptures. The only thing that I would think would be cool to see with, like, dinosaurs is that one off of US 12 in Irish Hills. That's decaying and shutting down.
Decaying.
That's the only one that's
The one that's, like, been shut down for years. That supposedly someone was gonna...
We should do a roaming podcast. We'll just go onto that property while it's shut down
That'd be so fun.
at night.
That's a great fucking idea.
And just fucking walk around in the woods and find dinosaurs and shit. Be like Steve Irwin pulling up on
Well, in the
some
last
compies.
episode, I was saying how scary it was, how, like, some of our friends from high school would go to, like, those abandoned elementary schools and, like, penitentiaries and shit at night, and I'm like, that is, like, the
I wouldn't do it at
scariest...
night.
And I said, that's, like... They're like, are you afraid of ghosts and shit? I'm like, no. I'm
Crackheads.
afraid of crackheads.
Crackheads, man.
Nowadays, I'm not as worried because, you know, if anything happens...
So there's a couple... So working in Albion and being in the not so great part... I'm like right next to the school. Don't get me wrong. But...
The college or the school?
Yeah, the college.
Oh.
And there's just a couple local crackheads that hang out all the time, man.
Right.
And there's a guy there that rides a Schwinn.
What's up, man?
And he
there.
is always yelling some shit. He's like, "Damn it, cocksucker! God damn it!" He's just
Sounds like your
yelling.
grandpa.
He's just fucking like a dinosaur in the. What was it? 65 million years ago? What were dinosaurs doing all the time? It's just like that fucking thing. That's what he does. He just yells constantly. And there was the other day I was out there at work and I'm looking, and he's sitting next to the snack shop door. And he's looking at me and my coworker. We're standing at the front door, and he's looking over at us, and he's. And then like we're like, okay, walk in, and then you just hear him and, damn it, some shit, roar. Yeah, it's. I'm like, what the fuck?
Have you guys...
And then he's like, you're gonna make my spot hot. Yeah, talking about his crack spot hot.
Oh. Have you guys ever heard of the Whitakers?
Yes, we've
The
talked
inbred
about this
family?
multiple
As Shaun
Yeah, the
ever-
inbred. Yeah, the inbred family.
You ever
Where
heard
one
of-
can literally only speak in barks.
That's what Carly was saying.
Well, you did something that sounded like one of them. I was like,
It was during. I think it was during the Joe Rogan podcast with the guy that does that. It's Soft White Underbelly is the guy that does the documentaries on that, and he's like, this is the family where like you're watching the video and you hear like a dog barking in the background, but it's actually the person.
He goes,
Yeah,
that's, what's his name?
I forget what his name is. Yeah, but
What's your favorite character?
it's your favorite. You always say his name.
Ray.
Favorite character.
Is it Ray?
Like
Yeah.
He's
He's
an
a
actor.
person.
they're like he's telling you that we got our brothers buried in the
Yeah.
backyard.
My other favorite's Timmy. He just goes, dirt! And he's sitting there coloring all the time.
Man,
My favorite video I've ever seen is when they go to Walmart.
Yeah.
A watermelon.
Oh, geez.
And they just take watermelons and just drop them in the carts, and the carts are bouncing
Oh
everywhere.
my god.
And Ray's leg hurt, so he was like literally pulling his
Showing
pant leg
everyone
up,
his
showing
knee.
it. And the lady's like, "Wow, that looks painful." And I said, I would love to just go to that Walmart and just see them. And they're like 5 feet tall, which is something that I never realized how short they were
Well, yeah,
until I saw them walking next to people. I'm like, they're tiny.
I wonder if that has something to do with like how
The
small
inbreeding?
people were in the past.
All midgets are inbreds.
Stop.
Is that what you're trying to imply, Sean?
No,
because
no.
there's actual conditions that.
Yeah.
midgets have.
Well,
It's
like
not
if you no, I mean like
Meh.
in the past. So like I mean even 100 years ago, people were smaller than what they are now.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that everybody was inbred, but I bet you since
A lot,
the
yeah.
cultural explosion that we've had in the last 100 years, there's been more diversity, giving us
Right.
big
Problems.
taller people and shit like that. I don't know. Cause you living out west, looking for gold. The only bitch around's your sister.
Well, they're in West Virginia.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know.
It's crazy how like that's like the area where people are like just inbred, and like West Virginia is only 5 hours away from us.
I didn't think it was that close.
Yeah, you go through Ohio and there's West Virginia.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's north of Maryland, or is it? Just a
They're right
part of
next to
that?
each
Okay.
other.
What's up with Maryland?
I'm just
carrying
trying.
everything.
I'm just
You go through
trying to figure
Ohio.
out where it is. There it
West
is.
Virginia's right there.
I haven't done much
Maryland's right there.
trips lately. All right.
There's a really cool bridge in West Virginia where you can walk underneath it. It's like 300 something feet tall.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yawn.
Scenario, boys. Apocalypse build.
Apocalypse build what?
Your loadout, bro. What you taking?
Oh, I don't know. Go ahead, start us off.
Goes so the world has crumbled. There is no longer structured society anymore.
No, I mean start your build.
Oh, my build.
Well, he's explaining it. Let him explain.
Well, I'm just giving you the scenario. So, like, let's say
It's not
fucking-
zombies.
No, it's not zombies. It's just, let's say, fucking
Russians.
comet slams into like Canada or some shit.
We're dead.
He's like,
Not
"Fuck them
that
Canadians."
big. It's not that big. It's not a world-ending fucking.
Well, at least let's put
I
it a
don't know.
little further away. Just say Russia.
All right, yeah. Comet slams into Ireland. No, I don't fucking know.
Fuck those Irish.
Either way,
South
power
America.
grid's down. You ever watch that movie?
Well, that's racist.
There's a show where the power grid goes down and all that shit. I forget what the fuck that's called. Like everything electrical stops working, is what that show was about. It was weird. I don't know.
So anyway, we're in Ireland, Siberia, Russia, Canada. Where are we
Yeah,
going
yeah,
with
yeah. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. I don't know.
So what you take with you?
I'm taking a AR-15 chambered in 300 blackout.
Okay, how about this? Real life scenario.
Well, the suppressor.
Because you don't have that right now.
You steal it.
If right
That's
now,
what you think that during this apocalypse you're gonna own everything that you're gonna end up coming across?
That's the best part about this scenario.
Well,
Yeah, I guess, yeah,
Oh,
give
so
it
I have
like
to
a...
own anything? Okay, so
Before
right
you
now
can
I'm
get that.
fucked.
Do
I
like
have a pistol.
Alright, so do like a DayZ scenario, but without the zombies. So
Okay.
like you're looting and
You're looting. Yeah.
or you're likely to come across.
What I'm likely to come across here in Jackson. Okay.
Hunting
Well,
rifles.
I'm
pretty
gonna
much.
probably
Crack
go to
needles.
Talen's house.
Taylor's
I'm gonna
grandpa's
scope.
house.
His grandpa's house or his house or his dad's house. I'm gonna scope out the area, make sure
I'm going to
nobody's
Nachos
around
Ghost.
at that time.
You're gonna get shot.
I said I'm gonna scope out the area, make sure nobody's around at
You're
that
still
time.
gonna get shot.
Okay.
We have camo.
Okay. So do I. All right.
Not from
And
Walmart
some
though.
I don't have camo from Walmart.
I'm building a treehouse.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. Stupid idea.
I never said it was stupid.
Sounds stupid.
I just like how you were very specific with the area you want, but I'm like, okay, so the chances of you actually coming across that and somebody else not already picking that up seems pretty rare.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have.
You're like, I'm gonna head
bow
towards
and
Mason.
Arrow and my pistol.
Just
I think
one
That's
arrow?
all I'm gonna have. Yeah, probably just one arrow.
That's my lucky arrow.
That's all I found. Yeah, was an arrow. So yeah, I don't think that's. I got a crossbow. I do have a crossbow. So with some bolts.
Yeah, because if
Probably
you want to
take
go
that, too.
the unrealistic route, I'm going to Potter Park Zoo. I'm gonna befriend the lions.
You're gonna.
We're
get
gonna head
eaten.
out.
You're gonna get eaten.
No, this is my
You're
scenario.
gonna get eaten.
This is my scenario.
You're gonna get eaten. Just like I'm gonna get shot, you're gonna get eaten. Those fuckers haven't ate in months.
I know.
alright?
I'm gonna help him out.
Yeah.
Shaun, I think there's a 300 blackout in here.
I'm like, oh wow, cool. Taylor, go see if you can find it for me. I don't know.
Here, yeah, I'll go check out the tiger pit. You check out the lion.
I forgot I had a crossbow.
I'd be fine with the guns I got.
Damn.
I need to get more 350 Legend, but I got a fucking
I need a
rifle
crossbow.
with a scope. I got my AR. Got over 1,000 rounds on that.
Mhm.
Got 500 plus rounds in 9mm. A
Yep.
couple hundred. No, not a couple hundred. I got 100 rounds of shotgun, so I think I'd be all right for a little bit.
Taylor's fine. He's gonna be packing out every single one of his guns. He's gonna have an oversized backpack with everything in it. Just barrels
Good
sticking
old
out.
Kalashnikov.
Literally just play gun game with my backpack.
Yeah.
What am I gonna get?
I do wish you were a little bit more into video games. It'd be so cool to just role play a survival game. That'd be so fun. But there's no like real good survival games where we can build a base and go looting and
Well, I
stuff.
mean, DayZ's on
DayZ's that way.
Xbox and all that shit.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on
Doesn't Taylor
Xbox.
only have a PS5 though?
It might be on there too. It's crossplay, I'm pretty sure, because you got
I'll go look
PC and
that
all
up.
that shit. But
I would watch that. That'd be fun to watch.
post that on our podcast.
Daisy's cool though because it's built off of that.
No crossplay.
No crossplay. Okay. It says no crossplay, but it's available on all platforms. That's kind of fucked up.
Tragic. Guess you guys will have to get PCs.
Yeah.
I'm not downgrading
I'm
here,
thinking
guys.
about it.
Well, let's be honest. We both have PS5s.
Someone's an odd man out.
Someone's the odd man out.
Yeah.
You act like you have a kid to save for or
Nah,
something.
get a PC. Get him to get a PC.
I'd rather get a PC.
You can buy a
there's more
pre-built.
shit
You
on
don't
the
gotta
PC.
build one.
I'd rather just get a PC because at this point my Series X fucking shit out after 6 months of owning it.
That really sucks.
Fucking, and I have no clue. I can take it to Game Go, and they're gonna charge me $50 to put like new heatsink in it and clean it and do all this other shit to it. But I have no clue if it's gonna work. So like, is it even worth it? $50 for it, sure, it's better than.
Did you
sending
say you
it to,
taking it apart? And...
I took it apart as much as I was willing to take it apart, and I cleaned it up. But motherfucker, it works perfectly for everything else. Like any of the streaming apps, any of the like YouTube, any of that shit works. As soon as I load it into a game, it'll play Rocket League, but Rocket League's glitchy as fuck. Like the background is flickering, and then you get into a game and everything's choppy and shit, and like weird visual glitches that like go across the screen and stuff like that. It'll play that game, but as soon as I try to load any of the other games, it'll load it into the loading screen. You'll go into the game, and then it'll freeze. It'll freeze,
Is that like
crash.
a hard drive?
I think it is.
I don't think
it's a hardware
would fix
issue.
that because
Exactly.
if it was the
That's my
heatsink,
problem.
it would be all of the streaming stuff wouldn't work right either.
That's what my thought behind it was too, and I tried to explain to Geek Squad. I went to Game Go and I just kind of like was poking their brains. I was like, hey man, have you run into this? Like my Xbox won't play any games, but everything else works good. Like
You know
load
much
into
about
something,
that,
it
Daniel?
crashes.
Huh?
You know much about that stuff?
I mean,
I think it's a hardware
We'll have to
failure.
find like an external hard drive and give that a try. Like transfer a game into that, or download a game onto the hard drive and then plug it into your Xbox and then try it that way.
Well, a lot of the games that I have on it are digital, but even the ones
Yeah, but if it's saved onto the hard drive that's in the Xbox.
If it's
Yeah.
downloaded to the
you
drive.
talking about like external hard drive,
Yes.
trying it from that, I don't know if it would work. I could try it, but I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it. All I know is it's paperweight at this point. And
I
now
just
my
wonder if,
my
like-
Xbox One is having problems. I tried to download Fallout. What is it, 76?
Mhm.
Was that the last one that
Yeah.
came out? I was like, fuck it. Like Starfield came out, and I don't have my Series X to play, so I was like, I want to play something that's same kind of deal, but I can actually play it on this. So I download Fallout 76 onto my Xbox. We leave for the day to go do something. It's downloading, cool. Turn off my Xbox, walk away, or leave. Come back 3 hours later. Turn on my Xbox. Okay, cool. It's downloaded. Go to play the game, and almost nearly the same thing. Like it freezes, except it doesn't load into the game at all. It just freezes on like the screen that comes up and it says Fallout 76. Freezes on that. My Xbox One crashes and dies, and I'm like, oh my god, here we go. And it hasn't really worked right since. It's been so slow.
I mean, you
since
could
then,
easily get like a larger drive if you open up the Xbox and find out what type of drive it is, and you can probably reinstall the OS for it. You can do that with PlayStation.
Well, I know PlayStation's more modular than it's like Apple and Android. But I don't know. I don't know. I gotta check it out still. But it's been a bummer. Fucking nothing play when you go from the previous generation, you go to the next generation.
Is it under warranty still?
No, because they had it for like 6 months prior to me getting it.
Oh.
So immediately it was out of warranty, and it's
That's
$300 to send it to Xbox for them to figure it out. So I'm good on that. It's half the Xbox as it
Well,
is.
maybe you could, if you don't mind, maybe you could bring it over here sometime and let her take a look at it.
I mean,
Do
if
do
you
IT for a living.
if you feel like you can do it, then I will absolutely bring it over. Because I don't.
Well,
know
it's,
what's
more,
wrong
it's
with
more of a it doesn't hurt to try.
It doesn't hurt to
It's
try.
not going to destroy it, obviously.
I just don't have any external hard drives or anything like that. So, otherwise I would try.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't make sense to me that. So what you think is it's a hard drive failure? So like the system tries to boot it up from the
Like, it
because
could
it's
be
a
a sign
solid
of a
state
failing
in
hard
those.
drive
I was
or
pretty
something.
sure. I
I
don't know.
think you might be able to just try plugging that in, download a game on that, and then.
I guess. I don't know. It's worth a try, I guess. I don't know, but it's
cheaper
been
than another Xbox.
Yeah, it is. Well, at that point, like I'm saying, I'd rather just I'm gonna save up for a PC. Most of the shit I want to play is on PC anyway. So get a PC.
You could probably just get like a better laptop that can handle games, and you'd be fine.
The important part when you're shopping for he doesn't care for video games though.
No.
The only thing he's ever played is Far Cry, and that's it.
Yeah, I played throughout Far Cry. I've been getting back into Call of Duty Mobile lately.
I
That's
just
not
started
real
playing
gaming.
that too.
It's not real gaming.
Yeah.
It's better than most of the Call of Duties out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's on your phone.
Yeah.
And?
Oh. Just say it.
No, be obvious.
What a woman thing to say.
Your zipper is down,
I
Justin.
didn't want to make your life easy.
Yeah.
That'd be tough. I don't got a zipper.
Now what'd you do to your arm?
Nothing.
Why is it so red?
I had
Cancer?
a bump.
Cancer.
I don't fucking know. Dude, my
Cancer
hands are
ball.
all split up and shit. First, like 3 weeks of working at my shop, I had wounds everywhere. I had scratches all up and down my arm, busted knuckles. Fucking, I was like, God damn, I'm going here and getting beat up every day.
Hands are gonna turn into like my Uncle Dan's. Those are fucking just bricks.
Yep.
All right, let
It'll
me take a look
eventually
at your
get to
engine.
Well, like I'll get out of the shower, my
Maybe I
hands
got
are so
suck on
fucking
this.
dry. It's fucking weird. But, well, any closing out statements?
No, not really.
Don't think so.
Phenomenal. We're back. Better than ever.
Back in this bitch.
Back
Hopefully
in the
we'll still be on a consistent schedule.
Yeah. I won't be here this weekend.
Well,
Next
Okay,
weekend,
I'll
let you know.
well,
Point.
next
I'll
weekend
let
might
you
be
know.
tough for us too. So
true.
we may have to skip
Oh
that.
yeah, I mean we could do
On
it.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that's up to you guys if you do it. That's fine. I'll be out.
What are you doing?
I'm going out of town.
Birthday party?
No.
All
Going to visit some
Birthday
friends.
party?
That's all. I'm in Indiana, so.
Cool.
Indiana land.
All
You're
right.
not going to Bree's wedding.
Unfortunately, I got priors.
Okay.
You didn't RSVP, right?
No, we didn't. So.
Cool. Well, this has been 2.5
Wish her the best
beards.
of luck. I hope it's great. But.
This has been 2.5 beards.
Bye.
Bye.